Thank God. Woo! He always comes through for me. I swear. I said I'm gonna say a prayer. I said, you know what? I'm gonna say a prayer. And he always comes through for me, man. Oh man, it's 7 degrees in New York City right now, people. I just want to say thank you to God for bringing us through and making us get this far. I almost had a major issue just happen just now. Well, I thought I did because I don't know how to really work this thing that good. I had it where it was something where I don't know. Don't even worry about it. I guess it's not that important. But what is important is the fact that we back here and we're together and that we can get this screen right and we can say good morning to each other. Happy Purple Sunday, you guys. Yes, we're going to get the camera straight, but I had to pop in first because I want to say, hey, see how everybody's doing this morning. And Trump, 3 million new Jeffrey Epstein files have been released. And we got full access, you guys. That's right. The link is in the description. If you would like to view the Jeffrey Epstein updated files, I'm talking about everything that they released. The link is in the description. Let me get this camera straight. I actually think it's straight already though, but let me just go ahead and tweak it. Hope everybody's good. Who we got up in the building this morning? Let's go ahead and get a prayer in real quick before we do all of that. Let me see. I think all we got to do is really tap it to the side right there. We should be straight. I'm not going to worry too hard this morning. Yeah, we're not going to worry too hard. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. As long as we made it today, that's all I'm happy about. Happy for the fact that we all made it here this morning. Hope everybody had a great evening, because I know I did. I slept very well. Woo, did I? I slept like a baby, to be honest with you. Gotta tell you guys, try to see if I can just straighten it out just a touch. Loving a little bit. Did I turn it the wrong way? Yeah, I did. Come on, kid. See why I need all this time in the morning, y'all? They have this new device that you put on the back of your phone, and it shows you exactly how everything lines up. And guess what, y'all? It's on the way. I ordered it already. None of y'all was going to tell me about it. So I had to do some research on TikTok, on the TikTok shop. And once it comes in, we're going to start using it. And I'm going to show you guys how you can use it as well. It basically magnetizes right on the back of your iPhone, and it's another monitor, and it plays exactly. So it's going to be much better for us. But we're going to be good for now. It's 7 degrees in New York. We're going to be thankful to be alive. How about that? That's the first thing we're going to be happy about. Where Batty at? Let me see where my girl at. Okay, Casey, what's up, Batty? Good morning. I ain't get your message, Batty. I'm sorry. What's going on with my audio? You know I need you. You know I need you. How you guys doing this morning? I'm just so happy to be here. And the fact that we are alive again. I'm with you guys. I'm so happy about it. What we got? What we got going on with this audio, you guys? How we sounding over here? Audio is good. There we go. Okay, I'm happy now. Let me go ahead and get this straight. Really happy now. Go ahead and close that down. I'm trying to get a little bit of focus on myself real quick. Yeah, we're gonna just rock it like that. I'm not gonna be greedy. I see we got a whole lot happening in the back over there. Why is that happening? Can't we just all get along? Can't we just all get along? I can't wait until we get this other stand. We're going to be so good up in here. But it's all good because of the fact of the matter that we still here together. Got to get this morning prayer together for everybody. Batty Lynn, Liberty and Justice, Casey, Miss Swanza, everybody that's here for great health, security, making sure that everybody has a fantastic day. We got Coco, Luigi, Lori Smith, and many more people right here. Who else are we praying for right now? Rebecca, Lanya, and Bueno. Okay, what's that? L Day, Casey. That's right. Cash Bill, Pappy. We got to pray for everybody. That's right, y'all. That's how we do it at our bottom line. Amen. And you know how we got to do it also, right? Turn that all light all the way up. Make sure that you guys can hear because it's time to start Purple Sunday. without any further ado, I bring to you, I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we like to wind it up. Mm, 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 mm. Wind it up. Mm, 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 mm. Wind it up. Mm, mm, mm. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. Oh, okay. Olay. That's right. On time this morning, and we ready. Sometimes you got to go through a lot to get there, but as long as you make it happen, it's all good. But you know what we got to do right now, right? We got to open up those pores. We got to open up those pores. Uh, 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 uh. We got to open up those pores. That's right, you guys, for Purple Sunday. We gotta open up those pores. We're gonna take it to the new prince. Da, 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 da. This is gonna be a reach, but let's go there. Beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my mind would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby. Nothing on you, baby. What they might say hi, and I might say hey, but you shouldn't worry about what they say, 'cause they got nothing on you, baby. I said nothing on you. Not nothing on you, babe. Nothing. I know you feel where I'm coming from, regardless of the things that my past that I've done, and most of the real just for fun. And on the carousel, that's the way I keep on. I ever spun in directions trying to get some, trying to chase skirts, and I'm living on the summer sun. Lost more than I ever won, and that's awfully I ended up with none. None, and that's none. What? So much nonsense in my conscience. I'm thinking maybe I could let it out. And I don't want to sound redundant, but I was wondering if there was something that you want to know. But never that's something that you let it go. Because maybe there's TV or episodes, and now there's something that you never know. Oh, beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby. Nothing on you, baby. No. They might say hi, and I might say hey, but you shouldn't worry about what they say, 'cause they got nothing on you, baby. I said nothing on you, nothing on you, baby. Nothing on you. And y'all know what it is, right? It's February 1st, Purple Sunday, first day of the month. Let's get it. Bump that beat. It's Sunday the 1st, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that and that. And we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby. That was the joint right there. Woo, but I tell you one thing, it's very hard to go from this voice right here to Bruno Mars. You got to really squeeze your voice box and really try to hit that high note. But you know what? I don't care, because what? God brought me here another day to enjoy another episode of Our Bottom Line. I get to hang out with the #1 chat in YouTube history. Give yourselves a round of applause. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. It's time for Our Bottom Line. Without any further ado, I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from, because I love to go get research from where you're from. Yes, I want to know what time it is because it's 6 o'clock here, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's 6 o'clock there where you're at. We're going to be going all over the board today, you guys. And yes, I could promise you we got a good episode today. We got the Jeffrey Epstein files. We got over 3 million files that have been released. There is a lot of non-redactions. There's a lot of names. And if we're smart the way that we are, we know how to do research and find the other side of those redactions. It's about to get nice today. It's going to be fun. I promise you guys. Let's get into it. And guess what I'm going to say as well? Because I'm not waiting today. You know what I'm going to say? Let's get into these titles. That's right, you guys. It's time to go. Trump. Look at Bill Clinton back up on the word today. Uh-oh, I see Elon over there. Got Jay-Z in the title today. Ooh, what's happening this morning, you guys? It's about to go down. Let's go. The D.O.J releases 3 million new Jeffrey Epstein files. Don't shake your head yet. Don't shake your head until you go into the description, hit the link, and go look at those files if you want while we're chatting. Let's keep on moving forward. Also, what you can do is see Hakeem Jeffries says, we will not be intimidated by the D.O.J and the administration. A lot of pushback when it comes down to sanctuary cities and what they're planning on doing. We're trying to get funding. A lot going on, you guys. We got a bunch to get into. Let's get to the last topic. Last topic, but it almost is the most controversial as usual. Minneapolis, a case where Don Lemon could receive, that's right, 5 years in prison. They say 3 judges and two DAs turned this case down. They went through a lot to actually find one that would go for it. They took it to the grand jury. Long story short, we got a lot to get into, you guys. I can't wait to get into it with you. It's Purple Sunday. Get your coffee, your tea. It's time to get it on. Double tap that screen if you guys are ready. Let's get it on, you guys. I know you heard about the files already. Don't know if you had a chance to go check them out, but guess what? Like I said, if you want to, you can go check them out in the description, in the link in the description, because we have it right there in the description as well as much more other stuff that's there too. Let's get into it, you guys. Good morning. Let's go. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. How you doing, Mr. President? Very good. We had a good time at the alfalfa dinner. We did well. I hope we did well. It was very good. Tremendous people. So what's up? Sir, could you give us an update on where you're thinking is right now? If you are
They want an update on Iran and what the meeting, on what the update on what's going on with Iran right now, just in case you guys couldn't hear that. Good morning, everybody. Happy Purple Sunday.
Big, powerful ships heading in that direction this year. I can't tell you. But I hope they negotiate something that's acceptable.
Saudi Arabia has said that if the U.S. does not spring, that will be involvement to Iran. What's your reaction to that, sir?
Some people think that. Some people don't. You can make a negotiated deal that would be satisfactory with no nuclear weapons. They should do that, but I don't know that they will. But they are talking to us. Seriously talking to us. What about it?
Okay, I kind of figured that might happen. I knew the same questions would probably come about, so let's do it in a different setting.
They do want to make a deal. We have a large armada, flotilla, you can call it whatever you want, heading toward Iran right now, even larger than what we had in Venezuela. We'll see how it all works out. You know, they have to float someplace. They might as well float near Iran.
Well, the Treasury also adding pressure today with fresh new sanctions on Iranian officials over the violent repression and corruption surrounding the deadly protests. Joining us now is former Deputy National Security Advisor, Heritage Foundation Senior Fellow, Victoria Coates. Great to see you, Victoria. 47 years the jihadists have been in power. They've been jailing, torturing, hanging by yardarms their dissidents. I get the sense that the majority of the people want to change, but It's a big country. You got about
I don't believe them. They've already cleaned out those nuclear areas and already started to try to redevelop what they already, what happened already a couple of months ago. I can't say certain words here, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They've already tried to restart their nuclear development plan.
90 million people there. Even if just 10% of the jihadists
So I don't believe them at all.
that's still about 10 million people. And that seems to me to indicate you may have a civil war if they want regime change, no?
Well, David Dagan, good to be with both of you. These are very different protests, David, this time, and the response is very different. The problem that they're trying to solve there in Tehran is systemic economic cascading failure. Last week, they asked their banks asked the central bank of Iran to print 5.6 quadrillion rial. That's not a good sign. And the bank came back and said, well, we'll do 2 quadrillion. If you're printing 2 quadrillion of anything, you're in deep, deep trouble. And I think that shows that then explains the ferocity with which the regime has gone after the protesters. Conservative estimates of 10,000.
Man, if they don't understand what's going on around them right now, they must be blind. They might as well just come out with their hands up.
Killed. That's really been a red line for the president. And as he said, we've got this armada assembled in the Persian Gulf. We have the great Abraham Lincoln carrier group. That's a massive amount of firepower. This is a very strong signal to the Ayatollahs that they better make the deal or else.
All right, let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because that's what they said. They better make the deal or else. I want to see what General Keane has to say about this, though. What we got? Okay, we got a little bit of activity that's spotted over here.
News overseas now. Tonight, the Trump administration is imposing new sanctions on Iran's interior minister, accusing him of repressing nationwide protests that have challenged Tehran's theocratic government. There are also lingering concerns over Iran's nuclear program and what U.S. action ahead may look like. Here's Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin.
New satellite images at 2 key nuclear sites in Iran show the Iranians have rebuilt roofs over 2 buildings damaged during the U.S. and Israeli strikes on Isfahan and Natanz last year, as the president gives Tehran a deadline.
We have a large armada, flotilla, you can call it whatever you want, heading toward Iran right now. Even larger than what we had in Venezuela.
CENTCOM continues to build up forces and
So that's why
diplomacy.
I really don't think that they're going to try to.
Oman.
Excuse me, miss. I already shut you down because we saw that already. I wanted you guys to see the fact of what I was speaking about when you saw that they built the roofs back over there. Lord knows what's going on the inside and what they've done to reestablish what they were trying to get done before. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's double tap that screen. Just get the rest of this out really quickly.
Has you had any conversations with Iran in the last few days, and are you planning on any?
I have had, and I am planning on it. Yeah. We have a lot of very big, very powerful ships sailing to Iran right now, and it would be great if we didn't have to use them.
Can you say what the message was that you shared with Iranians?
Well, I told them 2 things. Number 1, no nuclear, and number 2, stop killing protesters. But they're going to have to do something.
Mr. President, you invite Mayor Fry to the White House.
Nobody's seen that.
President Trump sharing his message to Iran as a new report reveals Saudi Arabia and Israeli officials will be meeting with the Trump administration to talk possible U.S. strikes on Iran. Here to discuss, retired 4-star general, Fox News senior strategic analyst, and chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, General Jack.
It's going down.
Keane. General, good morning. Thank you for being here. Obviously, we are seeing the president's message there. Where do you see things standing?
Well, certainly people are talking about negotiations, but I don't think it's realistic given the Iranians. I mean, the Ayatollah himself is so diabolical, so committed, to the ideals that he's trying to establish. He wants to dominate and control the Middle East and export his radical form of fundamentalist Islamic terrorism to the world. I mean, they haven't changed one bit. They still want to pursue a nuclear weapon. They still want to support the proxies that are in the region to destabilize the region and take down Israel. And they have a ballistic missile program that is growing every single day. Obviously, that threatens Israel and potentially our bases in the region. And that's where they are. He has emissaries that talk nice to our people, but that's where the leadership really is. And they've been like this for 45 plus years. I mean,
they're not gonna stop. General King done been around for every single 45 years right there. He know what's going down. It's just like Vladimir when it comes down to Ukraine. We're gonna stop, and then boom, boom, boom. Okay, Iran, thank you. Topic fully covered. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. I really would appreciate it, because they're saying that this right here should scare everybody.
During that commercial break, of course, we're keeping up for you on the president's cabinet meeting. It's his first of 2026. Everybody's assembled, and it has been really informative. A lot of deliverables from the Trump administration so far. And Kaylee mentioned this. We are awaiting word from Kristi Noem, the DHS secretary. With all that's gone on in Minneapolis and Twin Cities as a whole, because the church that got hit there by those agitators and rioters was in St. Paul. So the Twin Cities in general. But we are watching to see, she has been under pressure, Secretary Noem, for some of the things that have happened, including the deaths of 2 of those agitators, under pressure for the investigation, how it's handled, that sort of thing. And just the operations of ICE. And so with all of that, the president has been very vocal about supporting her publicly. The question now becomes, what will she say at this gathering? As everybody is bringing their updates to bear right now. We've been talking a little bit about it. You know, Kaylee, one of the things that we've seen was a dynamic change on the ground in Minneapolis with Tom Homan, not just Kristi Noem and her name bubbling up to, well, who wants to talk about this and take accountability versus what Minnesota calls, I mean, I'm not even going to repeat some of the political rhetoric there because it's horrible, but that's part of this whole thing. But Greg Bovino, the head of the Border Patrol, who is on the ground too. So it's a complete shift.
Complete shift. Tom Homan gave this morning what I think should be a model for any time you communicate on this issue. The number one issue is the economy, which is why I'm glad you went through what Scott Turner said. It's on people's minds. Number 2 is immigration. And Tom Homan flipped everything on its head this morning. Yes, he stood up for ICE officers. Yes, he reviewed the Biden record of 10 million illegal immigrants came in, 2 million gotaways. That should scare everyone. He is right about that. But he also said what has happened on the ground is not perfect. And anyone who has come to me and said what we are doing is perfect, I have pushed back and I said nothing is perfect. Yeah. We're here to make changes. We're here to go by the book. And he clearly set down a set of rules that will protect the citizenry, bring in Keith Ellison, bring in local law enforcement. He gave deliverables to the point you mentioned that Keith Ellison, now when people leave county jail, they finish their sentence, guess what? They're going into the hands of ICE. That makes everyone safer. It's safer to arrest someone out of jail than on the streets. So Tom Homan has shifted everything in a way that is a huge value added to this administration.
You know, Guy, I want to push in a little bit on what Keith.
No, because we got to get on over to Lindsey Graham, because there's a lot of pushback when it comes down to these sanctuary city policies and what people are trying to get done. Like right now, you know, we got a situation going on in Washington right now, where if my part of the policy doesn't get put in, I'm not going to go forward with it. We've seen it happen with Rand Paul. We've seen it happen with many different people in the past. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. We got to get on over to Lindsey Graham as he blocks the GOP back deal to avoid the shutdown. There was supposed to be a shutdown. I think we're actually in a shutdown, believe it or not, if I'm not mistaken. There's supposed to be a shutdown going on right now, but Lindsey Graham is supposed to be a way that he kind of stopped this from happening. Check this out, you guys.
So much to get to today. So the U.S. government is headed toward a partial shutdown, and that is despite the White House and Chuck Schumer reaching a deal to peel off DHS funding from the larger spending package. But that agreement hitting a snag because of a key Republican senator. Congressional correspondent Bill Malugin is live on Capitol Hill with the latest to explain. Bill.
Yeah, Emily, good afternoon to you. It's Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, who isn't thrilled about the way these negotiations have been going. He is the holdout on this deal, and he just spoke on the Senate floor a short time ago where he demanded a vote on sanctuary cities in order to lift his hold. Take a listen.
I will not
lift
my hold
we are in a
on
partial
this bill
shutdown, yes,
until I get guaranteed a vote on my legislation that would criminalize the conduct going forward.
And the clock is ticking. At midnight tonight, 78% of the federal government is going to run out of funding. Now, the deal between the White House and the Senate would split off a DHS funding bill from a package of 5 other funding bills that can pass with bipartisan support. Then it would fund DHS with a
You are
2-week
correct.
stopgap.
We are
while
in a
ICE
partial
reforms are
shutdown,
negotiated.
cash bills.
If Republicans are serious about the very reasonable demands Democrats have put forward on ICE, then there is no good reason we can't come together very quickly to produce legislation. It should take less than 2 weeks.
But that deal would still lead to a partial government shutdown tonight. That's because any change to the package of 6 funding bills would then send those bills back to the House, and the House is out of session this week.
That was last night, you guys. So yes, and you are correct in saying we are in a shutdown, but they're looking at it like it's the weekend, so it really, it doesn't matter because Monday we're going to come right back in and we'll open back up. Hopefully, that's what they're saying, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward now because we got somebody that we got to speak to right now. The man with the hands besides myself, the one I learned from. You guys know because every time something happens, we got to. Yeah, Mr. Hakeem Jeffries, the reason why I put my hands in my pockets sometimes, you guys, I gotta be honest with you. It's Purple Sunday, you guys. God bless everybody in the chat. How y'all doing this morning? Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up if y'all appreciate the content. We going in sections this morning. Let's get on over to see what Hakeem Jeffries says. He will not be intimidated by the weaponization of the D.O.J. I thought he was gonna do it in sign language. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
Taxpayer dollars should be used to make life better for the American people, to drive down the high cost of living, to fix our broken healthcare system, and to deliver a government that actually promotes the health, the safety, and the economic well-being of the American people. Instead, Donald Trump and his administration have been using taxpayer dollars to brutalize everyday Americans, kill American citizens, and violently target law-abiding immigrant families. It's unacceptable, it's unconscionable, and it's un-American. This administration continues to weaponize the Department of Justice, weaponize the Department of Homeland Security, weaponize the power of government to undermine the ability of everyday Americans to live their best life because they're so consumed with jamming their right-wing
You trying to throw the
extremism
song
down
title.
the throats of the
They
American
got my
people.
keychain yesterday.
We
Everyone
will
else,
not
please
be
support his hard work.
intimidated
Thank you so much. I
by
appreciate
any
that.
of their actions. We will stay the course as it relates to making sure that we actually fund the government in a manner that is consistent with our values, consistent with the Constitution, and consistent with the American way of life.
Be looking at me like that.
It's a big difference between the Trump administration, Republicans on the one hand, and how Democrats want to spend your taxpayer dollars on the other. Republicans, in their one big ugly bill, enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history, ripped health care away from more than 14 million Americans, and at the same period of time, took $186 billion from SNAP, literally.
Today or tomorrow, if anyone is on Snap, you may be receiving a letter in the mail that lets you know if you have to go complete your, 80 hours a month. I think it's 20 hours a week that you have to work now in order to keep receiving your SNAP benefits. That's for veterans, homeless, 18-year-olds and under as well. Everyone.
Stealing food from the mouths of hungry children, seniors, and veterans. And in that same one big ugly bill, use taxpayer dollars to give the Department of Homeland Security and ICE a slush fund that's been used to unleash a killing machine in Minneapolis.
So he's basically saying they took the funding and they got more ICE agents and spent more money on what they're doing in Minneapolis. I don't totally agree. I do feel as if it's a real serious situation when it comes down to the SNAP benefits and how much monetary is probably going to be taken away from people. But also, I think there should be a partial investigation into illegal immigrants that actually receive SNAP benefits. Want to see how much they receive. No, and notice how really quickly they put out like the words veterans and like American citizens, but it's always other people before us. Because when it comes down to us, I don't understand. I guess they just used to us getting it and thinking that we straight. We already good. We don't need no snaps on the petrol over here. We already good. No, in actuality, we need to look at it like we're on an airplane. When they say save yourself first and then take care of the person next to you. Because right now, we need to take care of numero uno, and that's America. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I don't know what what they're thinking about, but nah. Yes, let's get into the partial shutdown. As someone mentioned already in the comments, we got there's a holdout going on between the DHS funding and Los Angeles. People are now fighting back, you guys. We got a lot going on this morning. Let's go. Double tap that screen to get those likes up.
The government going into a partial shutdown, but it's not expected to last long as the Senate cuts a deal to advance a spending package without DHS funding.
Meanwhile, anti-ICE protests are erupting across the country with multiple arrests made outside of a federal detention center in Los Angeles.
Maddie Rivera is live in Washington with the details. Hey, Maddie.
Giggity, giggity. Now you cannot tell me that she don't look like Quagmire's daughter. Look at that jawline. Stop it.
Hi, good morning. So most federal offices are closed through the weekend. So the effects of the shutdown may be minimal if the House votes to pass the bill when they return to D.C. on Monday. Democrats see this as a win, though. The package only funds DHS for 2 weeks. And during that time, Dems say they'll have negotiations on how to overhaul immigration enforcement.
Senate Democrats will not support a DHS bill unless it reins in ICE and ends the violence, ending the roving patrols. No. 2, enforce accountability.
Okay.
Masks off.
Okay, let's see how much we agree with Chuck. Let's just go there, see how much we agree with Chuck. In the roving patrols, if y'all didn't know that, if y'all wasn't following them, you wouldn't know that there were patrols. And they're probably roving with a lot of people because you're following them. How about that? Number 2, enforce accountability. I'm all for that. What else were you going with, Chuck? What else you got here, Chuck? Come on, I'm gonna go back real quick.
2, enforce accountability. Okay. Masks off.
No.
Body cameras on. No.
Okay, 3, we're gonna take the body cameras, yeah. Okay, so the mask off, no, we ain't going for that one.
No secret police. Every officer must have clear identification.
-7 to the 20th power. That's not happening. That should not be at all. I don't know what you're thinking about when you're doing something like that. When I have 500 or 600 people know who you are, I'm sorry, no, that's not smart.
In a call with House Republicans on Friday, House Speaker Mike Johnson said he wants a vote on the Senate deal
Don't
Monday
make sense.
night.
Sorry.
Johnson saying, I'm going to encourage you. No, I'm going to beg you to get back on Sunday night. It's very frustrating. I have been very frustrated by all of this, but I've got to tip my hat to the president. He knows the art of the deal. Meantime, as protests continue in Minneapolis, former CNN anchor Don Lemon says he's promising.
Nope. It ain't time for her yet. My bad. It ain't time for Dom yet. It ain't time for Dom Lemon yet. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And no, we're gonna call it how we see it. And if you guys don't agree with me, that's cool, because that's my 5 right there. And I want to see what you say. Gary said masks off. No. What you think this is, Future? Chuck looks like a vampire. That's what Damien said. They should have a look at the slush fund and with the fraud. Okay, Chuck can stick that chart where the sun don't shine. Oh man. Okay, but we over here, we respect everybody's comments, and we love the fact that you guys are chiming in. And I want to know your points and why you're chiming in and saying the things that you think that should be. You telling me masks off? You think that's fair? You think it's cool for people to get doxxed? The right sort of officers, the ones that are doing it the right way, the ones that are not harming people, I don't think that that's right, because people are going to dox those people for no reason at all. Let's go to SNAP benefits right now. Y'all thought I was playing when I was talking about that SNAP benefits coming to an end. I'm over here performing, making sure I don't got to get no SNAP benefits. What y'all want me to do? A spin? Want me to do I don't know what I got to do because I'm trying to stay off that. Let's keep on moving forward because now we got a partial shutdown. Also, SNAP benefits have new rules that start tomorrow. Many people is going to lose those food stamps, you guys. Let's get into it real quick. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. We got so much more coming down. Matter of fact, should we do this? Let's do the Luigi situation first because Luigi slipped out real quick. And I just want to make sure that we get that in. And I'm going to say how I feel about that real quick. Then we'll get to the SNAP benefits. Luigi Mangione will not have to face capital punishment. I don't totally agree. And a lot of you guys already told me this already before we even got to this point. They said that he will not have to face capital punishment. Okay, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's see.
Today that Luigi Mangione will not face the death penalty at his upcoming federal trial for the murder of the United Healthcare CEO. The ruling comes as we're learning more about what authorities say is the bizarre plot to break him out of jail by, of all people, a guy who delivers pizza.
Pizza. Luigi.
Stephen Fabian is at the courthouse.
It's chilling surveillance video of the man who the FBI says made a bizarre attempt to spring Luigi Mangione from jail. He appears to be brandishing a weapon outside a New York pizza restaurant where he worked until last April. Now, 36-year-old Mark Anderson is accused of turning up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, posing as an FBI agent and claiming to have a court order for Luigi's release. I spoke to Cosmo Tizo, his former employer, at Louie and Ernie's pizza restaurant in the Bronx. He gave us this chilling surveillance video that he says shows Anderson brandishing a weapon outside his restaurant last September. He was here in the pizza shop inside.
In the morning of September 11th at 5 a.m. in the morning.
He was out here with what, a gun?
Which turned out to be not a gun, it was a BB gun.
I don't think he's coming back to work.
I doubt it.
When he was arrested, Anderson had a Minnesota driver's license, a two-pronged barbecue fork, and a circular pizza slicer.
Oh, he was really going to get somebody out with that. He was going to prod him and slice him with the pizza slicer to get Luigi up out of there.
His backpack. At his court appearance, Anderson's attorney said he obviously needs some sort of treatment. The alleged plot has stunned some of Mangione's supporters. 2 nights ago, a guy trying to break Luigi out of prison.
It has nothing to do with this case, so yeah, it's just one of those crazy things.
Mangione's attorney says she was unaware of the alleged plot to free him. What's your reaction to the alleged attempt to break Luigi out of jail?
I don't know that it is even related, so I really don't think about that individual.
And in a big win for the defense, Luigi Mangione will not face the death penalty by lethal injection if he is convicted of the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
That's the part right there I want you guys to try to see and try to notice and try to focus on. Like somebody just decided it was time for your LIFE to be over. Just don't look at it the way everybody else do, man. 25 with an L, it's all good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't normally wish that on nobody, but if that's you and you did that, I don't respect people that take life. Sorry about that. Just don't.
United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Luigi.
And then ran up on him and hit him again until the clip wasn't working.
He appeared in court wearing a tan federal prison jumpsuit and sporting a 5 o'clock shadow. He showed no emotion at all when he heard the judge rule that his life would be spared. In a 39-page ruling, the federal judge admitted her decision may strike the average person, and indeed many lawyers, as tortured and strange.
We're all very relieved.
Anderson is being held in the same facility as Mangione.
So now there's a chance that they can take it even further. Now he might get lucky and get like a manslaughter, get less than that. You guys know, like somebody told me in the comments, he might get off. I just don't believe in people that other people getting off, no matter who they are, and how much people think that they're doing it for a cause. I think he needs some psychiatric evaluation done as well. Now we can get into the SNAP benefits and see what's coming down the pipe for tomorrow. For tomorrow, you guys, yeah, let's see what's happening.
Major changes for SNAP benefits going into effect when the clock strikes midnight. The Congressional Budget Office estimates that more than 2 million people could lose benefits because of new work requirements and changes to exemptions. It's all part of President Trump's signature tax and spending plan passed last summer. Our Alex Brochet joins me now, along with Eric Mitchell, the president of the Alliance to End Hunger. Alex, let's start with you. Break down what's changing overnight.
Well, Andrew, let's start with this work requirement. A new 80 hours per month work requirement for able-bodied individuals. Also, a part of that is now they're for individuals that are aged 18 to 64. Previously, the work requirement
All
capped
right,
out
Joe.
at about 55. And for family members that take care of dependents, they used to have an exemption for dependents under the age of 18. Now that has shrunk, and it ends for.
Yeah, you got to work now, even if you're homeless, the veterans, young adults in foster care when they turned 18. Yeah. What about the illegal immigrants that still got their SNAP benefit? Oh, let me keep on going here.
Dependents under the age of 14. We also saw exemptions removed for homeless individuals, veterans, and young adults who are in foster care. Additionally, this bill significantly restricts benefits to only apply to certain lawful permanent residents here. It eliminates eligibility for others legally present in the United States. But as you mentioned, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that between 2025 and 2034, 1.1 million people will lose SNAP benefits. Another 1 million people, it estimates, could have those benefits reduced because they are no longer eligible for exemptions.
Uh-oh.
And Eric, what do you make of all these changes made in that GOP mega bill?
Well, the GOP mega bill really, quite honestly, is a bill that is just really attacking some of the most vulnerable people in our country. As Alex mentioned, the folks who are going to be impacted by these changes are families with children under 18, older Americans up to age 65. And what these work requirements are going to do is basically make that population was the population that typically is the hardest to try to find steady employment to now be burdened with trying to prove that they are working 20 hours a week just to be able to be fed. Not to mention, individuals who are dealing with homelessness as well as veterans. These are, again, we are talking about some of the people who are dealing with the most at times unstable forms of employment. And so, this is a policy that we feel is unnecessary. There's already work requirements, used for SNAP benefits. And so by extending it and making it even harder, you're just increasing the burden on more Americans.
How many people agree that this is how many people think that this is a good thing, that more Americans are now going to be off of SNAP? Give me a thumbs up. If you don't agree with what's going on, I want to see thumbs down. Thumbs down means that, no, this is not a good idea, not a good policy. You got people that are going to probably suffer from this, the veterans and people. We don't think that that's a good idea. Thumbs down. If you think it's a good idea, give me a thumbs up. I just think it's a really fine line, because I think there's just a margin where certain people probably shouldn't receive it. Like Jawaka Tima, when she got 5 shopping carts coming down the aisle with all processed foods and cereal and all of that. And she like, go ahead and get that. Yeah, yeah. Thumbs up. Everybody looking at her like that. Let's go. We need food prices down first. This is going to start a whole lot of riots in certain parts of the cities. What is SNAP? SNAP is when they give you a card and you can go to buy food at a supermarket and use that card instead of money if you don't have money. And a lot of people have it. We got a lot of people that got thumbs up over here that's okay with this going down. We got a few people with the thumbs down. Okay, we got a couple of people like Linda, thumbs down. I don't know, to be honest. I hate seeing people who actually need it and doesn't abuse it suffer. Iggy, I think I feel the same exact way that way, but that's why I'm thinking that it needs to be investigated in case by case. So veterans, if they come in there and say, look, I'm a veteran and this is my blah, 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 cool, leave him alone. So, case by case. I think me and you got the same idea when it comes down to this, Iggy. I'm rocking with the same idea that Iggy got right there, straight up and down. That's what I feel the same way as Iggy right now. Let's keep on moving forward, because we got this situation now where this shouldn't shock anyone. The GOP says a line in St. Paul's on the edge of town has it's like one big building, and they had 400 companies coming out of that building that were receiving funding for child health care, different organizations. We got a lot of thumbs up over here. Okay, I agree. People need to work and chip in, but they need inflation to go down before it happens. People are struggling. Yeah, Liberty, you're right about that. Prices are very high too. Prices are very high on the food that we're buying. You go to buy a one shopping bag of food now, it's $45, $50.
And so with that, Eric, do you think the result here, what do you think the result here could be for those millions of Americans?
Well, it's not only going to just be those millions of Americans who, like Alex mentioned, the over million people who will lose their benefits, and then and the additional million people who will see their benefits reduced, but it also puts a strain on the broader community. You know, food banks are already struggling across this country to try to make sure they have enough food on the shelves to be able to take care of those who are trying to put food on the table, as well as your local grocery markets and others who rely on on individuals who are receiving SNAP benefits to kind of keep the economy moving forward. You know, this is something that has it's going to be a trickle down effect as it relates to the people who are going to be losing these benefits.
Eric.
Yeah, them people on that line ain't lying out there. They got to submit paperwork and show them how you really living and all that to get money and get food stamps nowadays. And I know a lot of people in the comments, they already said it. Like me and my family, when we was going through it, they wouldn't even give it to us because in times when you and I were speaking about what the illegal immigrants were getting, I heard a lot of people that were vetting and that were speaking about them not being able to receive SNAP benefits. But for some reason, when the illegal immigrants came over here, oh man, they showed their gulos. I'm talking about they showed their butts. And they gave them ridiculous amounts of money. I see about maybe $200, $300, $500, but $14,000 and $15,000 on a food stamp card. That was a slap in the face to a lot of American citizens as well as veterans too, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Now we got to get on to what these lawmakers are talking about now. Let's keep on going with some business to get into the money.
First, that was, welcome back. First, that was CMS Chief Dr. Oz saying he found a former linen factory in St. Paul on the edge of town loaded with an astounding 400 separate Medicaid billing businesses, 400 of them that billed about $380 million to Medicaid. He's saying this, he's thinking this looks like potentially more fraud. And then that was the U.S. Attorney for California, Bill Saley, the DOJ investigating about a dozen fraud cases in California, including where $24 billion for the homeless disappeared under Gavin Newsom. Let's welcome to the show.
But Gavin wanted to be the president. He just lost $24 million. Could you imagine if these people were really in higher positions? If Tim Walz is actually the vice president, if Kamala Harris was actually the president? Oh man, we'd be screwed right now. All types of sashaying going on and broken wristedness going on in the schools. People would be going crazy out here right now. I'm talking about, y'all. Some of it, okay with it. The fairness and things of that nature, yes. But when it come down to the kids and all of that broken wristed colored stuff and the rainbows all in the street and trying to make that the thing, not with it, y'all. I'm not with it. How come when somebody talk about being a man, timberlands, or going to chop down a tree, we being bad? We talking the wrong way now. Let's talk big about being a man now, and like how it is about standing up for pride, respect, and values and things like that. What's up with talking like that? But no, you get that rainbow everywhere you look. Look like the rainbows everywhere, and we ain't even asked for that. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all.
Show from Senate Judiciary, former Florida Attorney General, Senator Ashley Moody. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining us. First, what's your reaction to that Medicaid story that Dr. Oz uncovered?
Yeah, this really shouldn't shock anyone, but we have to put it in perspective. This is one building. It used to be a linen factory. 400 different businesses in this one building billed the American taxpayer by charging Medicaid, probably for saying that they were serving autistic children or other services. 400 businesses in one building billed almost $400 million. And this is on top of all of those businesses we saw that were
Giving it up like it's nothing. That's right, Liberty. That's right.
These exposés have shown. This is on top of the Department of Education showing that there were all these ghost students and fraud going on there. I mean, This really shouldn't shock anyone. And the reason why the state never really was diligent about this, because you had a governor of that state who was running to be the vice president of the United States of America, bragging about all of these new businesses that were starting there, including those that were offering childcare. So how can you go out and show that they're all fraudulent if in fact you're out there bragging about them? So that
Oh man, let's get on over to Cash real quick. You're gonna bring us up to date on what's going on with the FBI. Let's go, you guys. We got a lot to get into right now. Let me see. It's a little bit. I mean, there was a real lot to get into, but I think we'll just take it from right here. Let's take it from here.
Did your predecessor, we know Chris Wray of the Biden administration, was he looking into this?
I can't speak for my predecessor. I can just tell you the work we've done under President Trump, which is historic levels of reduction in crime across the country. And that includes fraud, not just in Minnesota, but around the country. And it includes heavily investigating and following public corruption for those in elected office that break the law to rob America of their taxpayer dollars.
I want you to listen to this for a moment. This is Governor Tim Walz. He has said, that he was cheated. He has admitted that fraud took place, but he's trying to have it both ways. This is him on, I guess, what they call MS Now. Listen to this.
Yeah. You mentioned this fraud investigation and the reason that they're here. Is there anything you think, when you look back, you could have done differently to prevent them from showing up and doing what they're doing here?
No, they were coming anyway. It was all make believe that we'd been at it. Every state had this.
I mean, what we're seeing in Minnesota seems.
He said it's all make believe, and every state had this. Every state had this. You heard what he said, John? No. You will not get away with that. We got to make sure you was. Wait a minute. What?
Back, you could have done differently to prevent them from showing up and doing what they're doing here?
No, they were coming anyway. It was all make believe that we'd been at it. Every state had this.
I mean, what we're seeing in Minnesota seems unique, or is it make believe and this is happening in?
Are you wearing 7 layers and still freezing your man nipples? You need the new 3.
They found a way to get through. All right, thank you. Come on, 5G. Stop playing with me. You've been doing very well, I must say. So let's not let that commercial knock you off. Come on, because it's going to be hard. You know what? I'm going to thug it out. I'm going to start it all over again.
Well, on to this as Brookman.
No, we're not.
We need to ask those in Minnesota and around the country of any participating in our investigation. We went up there and did it with the federal authorities and the D.O.J. And we've continued to ask those in Minnesota and around the country of any information on this to let us know, because this investigation is not over. The size of the fraud continues to be exposed, and there will be more arrests coming.
Final question on this. A DHS source has told us that they have located $700 million in bulk cash by Somali.
More arrests coming. FBI early summer for hundreds of millions.
Believe that we've been at it. Every state had this.
I mean, what we're seeing in Minnesota seems unique, or is it make believe and this is happening in every state jurisdiction?
Well, thankfully, every state does not have this problem. I don't have another statistic to give you where we arrested 75 individuals in one summer for hundreds of millions of dollars of fraud related to a program that's supposed to feed malnourished children in underprivileged families. So I don't know what he's talking about. That's pushing it under the rug. And also, a fraud of this size, there should be state and local authorities alerting the FBI early on and participating in our investigation. We went up there and did it with the federal authorities and the DOJ, and we've continued to ask those in Minnesota and around the country of any information on this to let us know, because this investigation is not over. The size of the fraud continues to be exposed, and there will be more arrests coming.
They did break that feeding our future case because I remember there was some sort of like you know how when you don't have like time to give someone a gift and you put it inside like one of those gift bags and you just give them that. It was a gift bag with like stacks of $100 bills in it, and they were, I guess, shuffling it around and they got caught up somewhere, and that was like one of the breaks in the story. I do remember that happening when we broke it here.
Question on this. A DHS source has told us that they have located $700 million in bulk cash by Somali couriers going through the Minnesota airport. By way of comparison, just $3 to $4 million goes per year through JFK and DFW. That number was over a 2-year period. Is this something that you're looking into, or is this solely in DHS?
Millions they were sending back.
This is in DHS's purview, but of course, like any great interagency partnership, Secretary Noah and I and Tom Homan have a great partnership, and we're going to continue to collect information. And whether it falls into their lane of investigation or ours, we're going to make sure we put the resources necessary to expose those involved.
All right, that's enough, Cash. I appreciate all that content, and I ain't gonna hold you because he definitely broke that first story, a gift bag with all of that money in it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to the DOJ as they release a trove of Jeffrey Epstein files, including emails with Giant's co-owner. That's right, you guys. How come all of a sudden they have something to say ATF after the fact that they get caught? They shut down their Instagram pages after the fact that say, how come they don't come out and say, hey, well, I did know the guy? I guess they don't want to try to get in front of that story, huh? They want to try to see how long they can hide behind it. Well, guess what? Can't hide but so long, because we definitely got some information coming out about this Giants co-owner.
Tonight, new bombshells in the latest release from the Jeffrey Epstein files, including references to a major figure with the New York Giants. Ali Bauman takes a look at the documents.
Let's double tap this.
The more than 3 million pages of documents released.
Let's double tap the screen, get those likes up, hit the 3 dots right there, hit the like. Also, do your boy a favor, I really would appreciate it. Could you go ahead and hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on? And we're almost at the point where we've got 60,000 subscribers. I mean, yeah, 65,000 subscribers, but we're trying to get to 70. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become a member. We get good perks over here. Listen to the chat. They'll tell you what we get over here. Some cool perks. We got 3 million pages, 2,000 videos, 180,000 images, and significant redactions. Okay.
Friday by the Justice Department include thousands of videos, images, and emails related to the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. The files include hundreds of references to President Trump, who has never been charged with any wrongdoing. Some describe allegations referencing underage women. Others detail parties allegedly held at the president's Mar-a-Lago estate. A 2012 email details the possibility of Epstein going to Mar-a-Lago after Christmas, which is several years after Trump claims he and Epstein ended their friendship.
Hold on, y'all.
I haven't spoken to him in probably 15 years or more.
In a 2016 deposition, Epstein has asked several questions about former President Bill Clinton flying on his jet. Epstein answered fifth to each question. Clinton has denied any wrongdoing. In another email exchange from 2013, co-owner of...
Anybody know how I could take that half screen off? I really would appreciate you guys letting me know. I know we got a situation where it's like a half screen right now because I made a mistake when we started the show, and I had it where you could come in and have and like ask me a question. If anybody could tell me how to take that off, I really would appreciate it. I know we probably don't have that many numbers right now because people are peed off. I don't know how to take it off, y'all, and I don't want to mess up the show. Anybody know how to take that off? Anybody know how to take it off? I would appreciate it because I do not know how to get that half screen thing off of there. If I knew how to do it, I promise you I would. I promise you I would. Anybody got any help? I know anything about streaming. Yes, Lisa, whoever contribute, I have an idea how to turn it off. I don't know how to put it on in the first place. No, I don't, but I'm glad it's not just me. Said hi. Hey, we got to keep on going, you guys. I'm just going to keep on putting in this work. Anybody want to come in and ask a question?
The New York Giants, Steve Tisch, asked Epstein for details about a Ukrainian girl he had met at Epstein's house. Tisch writing, "Is she a pro or civilian?" prompting Epstein to reply that he does not like records of these conversations. In a statement Friday, Steve Tisch said in part, "We had a brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women, and in addition, we discussed movies, philanthropy, and investments. I did not take him up on any of his invitations and never went to his island. As we all know now, he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regret associating with." In a joint statement Friday, 19 survivors of Epstein said in part, the Justice Department cannot claim it is finishing releasing files until every legally required document is released and every abuser and enabler is fully exposed.
So I think that the release right now is being sold as transparency, and it is not
transparent at all. The Justice Department says it withheld 200,000 documents for legal reasons. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says there are extensive redactions in what was released to protect the victims.
We did not protect President Trump. We didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents.
The DOJ was supposed to release all the files in December under a law passed by Congress and signed by President Trump. The DOJ said it needed extra time to go through the volume of material. Ali Bauman, CBS News, New York.
It says something about.
If you want to sell your home in Manhattan for top.
It says I'm supposed to drag the screen over and it should work. Drag the screen over, but I don't see where it's happening like that. And maybe if I close this, it says if I drag the screen. Nope, that's not. How about if I go in bigger? No, that's not helping at all either. So sorry, you guys. Sometimes doo-doo occurs. I got a good show lined up for you regardless. Sorry that that's going on, you guys. We really got to keep on moving because I'm sad that this is happening. Let me see. 80 more likes. Let's go. We ready to know it's not the victims they're protecting here. We watch all news and listen live. Okay, I guess we're going to just have to keep on moving, you guys. Let's go. Because we got some situations now that we got to get into with breaking news. We got Elon Musk that says his messages and the meetings with Jeffrey Epstein's are being misinterpreted over here. Although he may have had meetings set up, he claims that he never went to Epstein's Island. Thank you so much. Who's that right there? Lisa. Yo, baby pops. Okay, thank you so much for $1.99. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Because yeah, Elon said he wasn't dealing with Epstein. But then, of course, we got Elon Musk who says his emails with Jeffrey Epstein are misinterpreted. Billionaire Elon Musk said earlier Saturday he had very little correspondence with Jeffrey Epstein and claimed emails he had sent to the late financier released Friday by the Justice Department could be misinterpreted to smear his name. Musk wrote on X, do me a favor, somebody Google how to come up out of this. What I try, it's called, I think it's sharing a link to try to bring somebody in on YouTube. So I made a mistake and I probably hit the other one instead of just going live. But anyway, Musk wrote on X that he declined repeated invitations to go to Epstein's Island, despite emails showing that he had been in touch with Epstein in 2012 and 2013 at the point asking. Make sure you guys can still see this nice and clear. I apologize for this that's going on. I'm so sorry. I have such a good show lined up for you too. That's crazy. All right. Okay, it's unclear, but to be a good time to visit. And he said, what would be a good time to visit? And Epstein said he would pick Musk up in his helicopter, though the visit did not materialize, which Musk said he was disappointed by. Musk, in his Saturday post, said he declined to fly to Epstein's Lolita Express, the nickname for Epstein's private jet. They continue to exchange emails, but Musk has never been accused of any wrongdoing, writing on X that no one pushed harder for the release of the Epstein files, and I'm glad that it's finally happening. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. They always got me reading this stuff over here. How come we can't get some direct content from these people saying some comments? Now we're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, because now where we got to go right now. We got, okay, yeah, we done did Elon right there. Sorry, threw me off with the split screen situation. Still trying to figure out how to get it off. Who cares? Guess who's in the files? I believe Elon. He has class. He didn't decide. Sick of seeing this crap. We want news and listen to the views. Okay, you guys don't even really care. And guess what? We're going to keep on moving forward because we got 3 million. Even though you probably don't care, there's still so many people that keep on asking me about this. They keep on, yo, Bugatti, what's going on? Every time you ask me something, it's always the Epstein files, the Epstein files. So you know what? We're going to get into it. We're going to keep on moving forward because you always ask me about it. That's right. 3 million pages from Jeffrey Epstein files have been released by the DOJ. Now we're going to keep on moving forward. That's what we're doing. Where we at right here? Let's go. Let's go. I don't care.
Breaking tonight, the
Because if I didn't have any of it, you'd be asking for it.
Justice Department releasing more than 3 million pages of documents related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey
Straight up.
Epstein. President
I didn't
Trump's
have it,
name
you'd be asking
referenced
for it.
hundreds of times. But what the Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche is saying tonight about the president and Jeffrey Epstein. Here's Pierre Thomas.
Tonight, the Justice Department releasing more than 3 million pages of documents from the FBI's investigation into sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche declaring they have now fully complied with the law.
Today's release marks the end of a very comprehensive document identification and review process to ensure transparency to the American people.
In a letter to Congress, Blanche and Attorney General Pam Bondi acknowledged approximately 200,000 pages have been redacted or withheld based on various privileges. DOJ says they're withholding nearly 3 million other documents for various reasons, including victim privacy, because they contain images of child sexual abuse. And critics point out today's release comes 40 days after DOJ was required by law to hand over the files. I asked the Deputy Attorney General, who used to be President Trump's personal lawyer, whether all material related to the president had been released. Trump and Epstein were friends in the 1990s before they had a falling out.
Can you assure the American public that President Trump, like every other prominent person whose name came up in relation to the Epstein files, that all documents, photos, and anything relevant to him connected to the case are being released?
I mean, yes, I can assure that we complied with the statute, we complied with the act, and there is no, we did not protect President Trump, we didn't protect or not protect anybody.
President Trump's name comes up thousands of times, mostly in news articles, but also in emails written by Epstein himself. Blanche today telling Fox News, in none of these communications, even when he's doing his best to disparage President Trump, did Epstein suggest President Trump had done anything criminal or had any inappropriate contact with any of his victims. The documents released today include records of unverified tips to investigators, including some uncorroborated information pertaining to President Trump, former President Clinton, and other high-profile individuals. Trump and Clinton have both denied any wrongdoing and any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. And the Justice Department says the tips led nowhere. The Deputy Attorney General insisting a review of the files did not uncover evidence anyone else should be charged with crimes.
I don't think that the public or you all are going to uncover men within the Epstein files that abuse women, unfortunately.
All right, that's what you say. Okay, we're gonna keep on moving forward, but we got some content over here, and I'm not gonna have it up there for no reason. But I definitely saw this right here where I want you guys to, if you have a chance to, when you do go look in the Epstein files, this is file number, what is this? EFT 8012 49586 PDF. This is Federal Bureau of Investigations. See if we can go ahead and zoom in on this because I know it's already hard for us to see because I got that screen split up there and I don't know how to make it come back the other way. So I got to do this. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can go ahead and get these dates over here. We got 7/10/2019, case number 319, New York. That's a New York abbreviation right there, 302-7571. Epstein, Jeffrey, child sex, and you guys see what the other word is. I mean, I shouldn't even said that word, but I'm gonna take it this far and go right here. Details: 7/10/2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Redacted. Called the FBI National Threat Operations Center to identify herself as a victim of a the number six abuse trial by Jeffrey Epstein. Provided the information in approximately 1994. I guess this is when this started. Okay, let's keep on moving forward. As a past victim of the number six abuse by Epstein, described the abuse occurring during parties, redacted, further identified as a friend of redacted. In approximately 1996, resided with redacted, an unknown man abducted, an unknown man abducted, redacted from her home. When she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had inserted his fingers into redacted, believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Redacted estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awakened each time in opulent indoor settings, suffered from number six abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated, recalled Leon Black and William Barr. William Barr, the current United States Attorney General, being present during some of these occasions of abuse. What was that again? This is not me making this up. Current United States Attorney General being present during some of these occasions of alleged abuse in approximately 2006. Last recalled being abused by Epstein on each occasion, believed she was derugged, clouded her memory, attributed to derugging and frequently performing by persons assigned as handlers, whom she described as persons who established friendships with the victims. Among her handlers identified the artist Pusha T. We're going to keep on moving forward. You guys, in approximately 2007, attended a party following invitations from unknown man who approached her as she walked down the street. Weinstein and alleged Pusher T also attended the party and allegedly, they didn't say allegedly here, but I'm saying it, derugged her before engaging in number sexual abuse. You guys, all of these files, all of this stuff is available. All you got to do is go to the link, click the link. You guys want to see what's going on. All the information is available. I am not making any of this stuff up. All I just did just now was read some information that was in one of the links from the Jeffrey Epstein files and the new files of the 3 million that have been released. I am in no way alleging that someone did anything. I am in no way standing with any accusations. I'm just reading what's in the PDFs and in the files. What do you guys got to say about that? Coxon, get out of here. Told you, fill in the blank documents. Jordan, get them. You did a great Jordan. Okay, Peter, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. What did Jordan do? Did Jordan come up with a way to make me close that screen? Okay, you guys, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. All right, let's go on over to someone that we have a lot of respect for. And I'm trying to make sure that we get as much information out about because she lost her life. She was 58 years old, and she was a fantastic person that really made sure that people ate, got haircuts, made them feel great, like a family member. And she's going to be missed greatly, you guys. We're talking about the hero, Miss Shirley. Shirley Raines. She dies at age 58 years old, and she was a pillar of the Los Angeles community, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up.
Shirley Raines, a social media creator and nonprofit founder who dedicated her life to caring for people experiencing homelessness, has died at 58. Raines had 6 children. One died as a toddler, an experience she spoke about in 2021 while accepting a CNN Hero of the Year award.
My life will never be the same since my son died. But it's important that you know that broken people are still very much useful.
Rains spent her own money to bring food, beauty treatments, and hygiene supplies to people in need in Los Angeles' Skid Row and in other homeless communities in California and Nevada.
I come over here, and when we're done, after eating, after my haircut, I feel just that much taller, that much better.
Just days before her death, Rains posted a video from inside her car as she handed out lunches, greeting people with warmth and respect.
You don't. God is good. Look at you.
Last year, she received an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Social Media Personality.
I am a mother without a son, and there are a lot of people in the street that are without a mother, and I feel like it's a fair exchange. I'm here for them.
To millions online, she was Miss Shirley. To people on Skid Row, she was like family.
Oh boy, it sucks when you lose good people like that, because one person like that could feed an army. She was doing it, and she was doing it with her own money and her own accord, you guys. You don't get people like that, and when you lose it, you see how many people are suffering from the loss of her. Just want to make sure that we send up a fantastic prayer for Miss Shirley. We already know where you're at. We want to hope that they welcomed you with horns and beautiful sounds, baby. And we want to thank you for every single thing that you've done while you were here. And I pray that it wasn't any way painful that you left this world. Thank you so much for all your service and the way that you cared for people. Amen. Great person, beautiful soul, had a great heart. Let's get on over to Hillsborough County, where we got this school bus driver who was assaulted outside, assaulted a student, and the student was, how could I say, special needs. And what happens is you got the assistant to the school bus driver who decided she wanted to mess with the student and do something that I cannot even repeat, but it was terrible just to see. I want you guys to see this, and I'm glad that they both lost their jobs, because something like this should never happen.
Caught on camera, a child abused on a school bus. It's hard to watch. And tonight, a Hillsborough County bus aide and bus driver are accused of it. One of them is accused of abusing a child with autism, while the other one laughed. News Channel 8's George MacArthur is live at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office with what led to the investigation. Yeah, how were they tipped off?
Yeah, Stacy. Well, deputies say teachers automatically notice a change in the child's behavior when it was time to go home and get on the school bus. That's what prompted deputies to take a look at the cameras on the school bus, and they say what they saw was disturbing. This video is hard for any parent to watch. A defenseless child being hit over and over by someone entrusted with their...
Now, I know you peed off because the screen is small, but I really would appreciate if you double tap the screen to get the likes up. Maybe people will still come, even if we got the tiny screen this morning, you guys. Double tap that screen, let's go.
care, while another adult...
And it's not funny, but I'm really trying to get these stories out like this. That's why we do the research that we do. Really sucks that I can't fix that screen right.
Watch a defenseless child being hit over and over by someone entrusted with their care, while another adult not only watched but laughed.
And only fueled his fear after listening to him scream in pain by threatening him with further violence.
The investigation began back in November after a witness reported the abuse. Detectives reviewed video footage from on the school bus. They say 79-year-old Juanita Wright repeatedly abused the victim, and while the driver, Tanya Rice Costin, did nothing to stop it.
Unfortunately, the system only captures 30 days. I'm confident that this abuse carried on well before the 30-day.
Deputies say the abuse happened at least 14 different times. And when questioned about the abuse,
the bus driver said it was just jokeful, playful behavior between her and the bus aide and the child.
Hillsborough County Schools released this statement in part, quote, the bus attendant who was hired in 2012 was removed from duty back in November as soon as we were made aware of the allegations. Her employment has been terminated. The driver retired from the district in November when the investigation began. And the bus aide was arrested on 14 counts of child abuse, and the driver, she was arrested for failure to report it. Reporting live in Ybor City, I'm Georgia MacArthur, 8 on your side.
Oh man.
Caught on camera,
Yeah.
a child.
She need her ass whooped. I'm sorry to say it like that, you guys, but I know a lot of y'all gonna be with it because I know how we all get down over here, especially when it comes down to the children and the animals. She need her whooped. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. I appreciate it, you guys. It's Purple Sunday. We still gonna keep on moving, you guys, because we gotta get those stories out and let people know what's going on out there, no matter what. Hope you guys appreciate what we got. What's that, Miss Rika? Is it again? Your screen froze. Wait a minute. Screen froze when it came to the charges. Retired and lots of luck. Hold on. The screen froze. Okay. For the lady, okay, let's go back to new window and we're gonna go to history, Hillsborough. We might as well thug it out together. Where with the charges at? Let's go back up to here.
But laughed and only fueled his fear after listening to him scream in pain by threatening him with further violence.
The investigation began back in November after a witness reported the abuse. Detectives reviewed video footage from on the school bus. They say 79-year-old Juanita Wright repeatedly abused the victim, and while the driver, Tonya Rice Costin, did nothing to stop it.
Unfortunately, the system only captures 30 days. I'm confident that this abuse carried on well before the 30-day.
Deputies say the abuse happened at least 14 different times. And when questioned about the abuse,
The bus driver said it was just jokeful, playful behavior between her and the bus aide and the child.
Hillsborough County Schools released this statement in part, quote, the bus attendant who was hired in 2012 was removed from duty back in November as soon as we were made aware of the allegations. Her employment has been terminated. The driver retired from the district in November when the investigation began.
I'm the type of person that'll get that person out there if I could find them. Whoever lied to me and said we froze just to mess with me like that, wasting our time over here, don't do that again. Because if you do it again, I'm coming out of retirement and I'm getting you up out of here. I just wanted you guys to see it because some liar said that we froze. Maybe it's your joint that froze. Bad enough we over here with the Paquito screen. You gonna really do me like that? You gonna really do that to your boy? How about going into Google and putting in how to take off the screen sharing on YouTube and put that in the comments. Just double tap the screen and keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Fullerton. We got this murder suspect who's been arrested after a crash. Let's go, you guys. Let's go. In Fullerton.
A violent crash in Orange County ends with the driver under arrest on suspicion of murder. Police believe the person behind the wheel in that Buena Park collision is the same person accused of a deadly stabbing in Fullerton.
KTLA 5's Orange County Bureau Chief Chip Yost is live in Fullerton with some details. Hi, Chip.
Yeah, hello there. That murder happened right around the corner from where we're at, but the suspect was arrested in Buena Park right next to Knott's Berry Farm. And the guest who was leaving Knott's Berry Farm at the time said he heard that suspect make some interesting comments as he was being taken into custody. On Euclid and Baker in Fullerton, first responders were seen desperately trying to save a man's life after a caller told them the man had been stabbed and then run over by a car just before 9 p.m. Sunday.
This is last week, not this week, last week. I've been holding on to this.
Officers immediately responded to that area and located a male in the roadway with apparent stab wounds.
The man was later pronounced dead and the suspected killer was gone, but not for long.
After that, a broadcast was put out to local law enforcement agencies, suspect description. And shortly after that, the Buena Park Police Department had a hit and run traffic accident within their city.
That hit and run happened right next to Knott's Berry Farm, and a man leaving the amusement park witnessed the driver's arrest.
I was leaving Knott's Berry Farm, and I was walking up the street here, and there was a guy
Knott's
on
Berry
the ground
Farm.
here. He was yelling out, "God forgive me," and he was getting arrested, and then they put a spit hood over his head, and he crashed his car over here.
We still don't know the name of the man who was killed, but the man who was arrested has been identified as 27-year-old Francisco Soriano Jr. of Fullerton. In Fullerton, I'm Chip Yost, KTLA 5 News.
Not even safe around Knott's Berry Farm, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. We got to get on over to Minnesota to start knocking these stories down. We got a situation over here with Judge Andrew Neapolitano. Possible charges for who? That's right, Don Lemon. You think he's going to get himself in trouble? Could be facing up to 5 years. What you guys think about that? Would this be something that the press should be looking into? They have to be safe and careful about? I have to say one thing, though. I don't look at it as like freedom of the press. I think he just overstepped the freedom of the press when it comes down to going into someone where people are praying and like, you know, doing their religious prayer time. I don't think that that's something that you should play around with. Let's keep on moving, you guys. Double tap the screen, get those likes up.
Tano is our senior judicial analyst. Good morning to you with breaking news.
It's a strange case. 5 different judges reviewed the evidence against Don Lemon. A magistrate judge who said no, a district court judge who happens to be the chief.
Hold up, somebody's dope. Somebody said top right-hand corner, tap the cash button, select stop casking or disconnect. Got you. Top right button, I got you. That's what I'm talking about.
Judge of the district who said no, and 3 appellate judges in the 8th Circuit said no. It is almost unheard of for the DOJ to appeal a denial of the issue of an arrest warrant. They went to the magistrate judge. Here's our evidence against the people that raided the church. We want to arrest all of them. The magistrate judge said there's evidence against this one. There's enough against this one, enough against that one. There's no evidence against Don Lemon. The district judge said no evidence against Don Lemon. The 3 appellate court judges refused to get involved, so they effectively agreed with what the lower judges had decided. So how did they arrest him? The only other way they could have arrested him legally is to have gone to a grand jury and presented the same evidence that these 5 judges said didn't exist and persuaded a majority of the grand jury to indict him. If he was not indicted by a grand jury, then this was not an arrest, it was a kidnapping. Because you have these 5 federal judges saying we're not signing off on an arrest warrant.
Yeah, but that's far-fetched, right? It doesn't appear to be a kidnapping.
Well, it's almost inconceivable to me, because they know the law as well or better than I do, that they would have to have some legal basis to arrest him other than their own wish to arrest him, and that must have come from a grand jury.
So let's take it on the merits of where it is today. They were able to at least secure some type of charge based on whichever evidence that we don't have to show just yet.
But we don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is, exactly. But we do know that he is in federal custody.
Correct. He's in federal custody in Los Angeles because that's where they found him.
Yeah.
He's going to appear before a federal magistrate judge in Los Angeles. He'll be released on his own recognizance. Then he's got to appear before a federal district court judge in the district where the grand jury sat under the Constitution. That has to be the district in which the crime allegedly occurred, which
back
means back to Minneapolis, where all this started.
Yeah. In terms of the charges, what they possibly are, it hasn't been announced yet, but there have been reports of what they are, which I read earlier. The FACE Act, a violation of the FACE Act, sticks out to me. If indeed that is one of the charges, what does that hold?
Well, that he's
charged and convicted.
5 years in jail if convicted. He's probably being charged, if I could guess, with conspiracy to violate the FACE Act. They probably have some people with whom he participated in conversations about how to get into the church, because it does appear from the videos that he didn't do anything even remotely criminal.
Even when the pastor asked him to leave and he did not leave.
Well, the other journalist didn't leave either. I mean, does
that make it right?
Well, they have a great question, Sean. I can't answer it yes or no, but I can say that there are numerous Supreme Court opinions that say bona fide journalists can stay at the scene of a crime if the acts are still ongoing, as long as their presence there is not interfering with law enforcement. And when the pastor said leave, law enforcement hadn't even gotten there yet.
But if it was found that he, along with the organizers of this, go
I
inside
see
of
what
that
happened.
church and again stop
I
that
see what happened.
service.
I'm
If he
sorry,
stopped the
guys.
service, it's a federal crime.
Ooh, I
If
really
he
messed
didn't
up
leave
today.
when
It
they said
wasn't green
leave, that's
screen.
simple trespassing. The
I
feds
thought
don't
it
even have the
was
authority to prosecute.
because I
Conspiracy
looked
to
up and it
violate the
was.
FACE Act. And if he's convicted
What a
there,
day I'm having,
what
y'all.
penalty is he looking at?
Okay, conspiracy is an agreement to commit a crime amongst two or more people, one of whom takes a step in furtherance of the agreement. So if he agreed to commit the crime and then did nothing, but one of the others with whom he agreed took a step in furtherance, then he can be charged with conspiracy. 5 years. Conspiracy to commit the crime is generally the same punishment as the actual crime itself.
So I just want to.
Okay, you guys, I apologize. I tried all types of things. We done went green screen and we done had a whole lot of situations happen. But you know what? I'm not touching it no more. I'm just leaving it alone and just gonna keep on moving forward. Y'all know I try and we can't be perfect all the time, but I'm gonna keep on moving forward. We gotta get on over to what? Oklahoma now. We got this mother that lost her life in a sledding crash. And yes, I do apologize, you guys, for going through the crazy motions just now. Just trying to get that screen to unsplit. I did not see that thing where it says to stop casting. So sorry, you guys. So we back at it again, and I apologize. But we back at it. We got the little screen, but we're gonna keep on moving forward. Oklahoma, we got a mother who lost her life in a sledding crash. 2 people have been arrested. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. And again, apologize, you guys. Trying to get it clear.
Sledding collision leading to 2 arrests.
So horrible. An Oklahoma City woman was killed while being pulled on a sled behind a car near Wilshire and Western. This evening, friends and family are mourning the loss of 31-year-old Michaela Mitchell. News 4's Sydney Batzloff joins us now live with the investigation. Sydney.
Heather, Kevin, this is really such a tragic story.
Thank you, Lisa.
Michaela Mitchell's family tells me they're heartbroken. You can see the yellow tape is still up here at Northwest 81st and Walker. This is where winter fun turned deadly.
Jail. A very sad, tragic thing. It's one of those deaths that you see that you just know that didn't have to happen.
Just before midnight Sunday, 31-year-old Michaela Mitchell and some friends went sledding. She was holding onto a rope attached to a car, but that rope broke, leaving Mitchell stranded in the road. Moments later, she was hit by a car and killed. Police say the driver, James Kirk, was following from behind. And this is Angel Walzier. He was the one driving the car pulling the sled. When police arrived, both drivers were still on the scene.
Both of them showed signs of impairment.
Master Sergeant Gary Knight with the Oklahoma City Police Department says the impaired driving, icy roads, and darkness all contributed to this preventable tragedy.
It was a bad idea all the way around, getting out on a street like that, pulling a sled while somebody's impaired behind the wheel, and then another driver right behind them also impaired. It just kind of made for a perfect storm for this type of disaster.
Kirk and Walzier were arrested, both booked on second-degree murder and aggravated DUI charges. We talked with Mitchell's family off camera. Her sister says she was an excellent mother, an entrepreneur, and an all-around genuine person, adding, quote, although it may be bittersweet, even in her passing, the light that she left behind will never dim from this world. Again, such a heartbreaking situation, but it serves as a reminder just how dangerous sledding behind a car is. We also have a link to Mitchell's GoFundMe page. If you'd like to donate, you can find all that information at our website, KFOR.com. Live in Oklahoma City, Sydney Batzloff, Oklahoma's News 4.
It's just so sad because she had children and she got kids to worry about and they don't have a mom now because of this sledding incident. Terrible, tragic situation right there, you guys. I'm so sorry to even have to report something like that. Now, the day before was like the same thing. Also, we've been watching a lot of people go sledding, catch a lot of air and come down. Next thing you know, I told you, something could be sticking out of the ground right there. You catching all of that air, you come down on something. Yeah, impalement. I'm trying to tell you guys, I got to be careful out there with messing around with these sleds. And when you're behind a car, you don't know what can come up in the road or swing out and hit a pole or something like that. I want to pray for the family as well as the children and the mother who lost their lives in this tragic event in Oklahoma. And I'm hoping that they get through this because they definitely need the strength and the resolve to make it through this tragic event right here. Amen, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. We got to get on over to Lake Charles. We got a man who lost his life. The man who murdered Ella Goody, sentenced to life in prison. Let's get on over here, you guys. Got to be real careful with the words that I select, trying to make sure that I don't say the wrong thing.
The man who killed Ella Goody will spend the rest of his life in prison. This after a federal judge accepted his plea agreement just hours ago.
News 10's Britt LaFossa was the only reporter in the courtroom. She joins us live at the federal courthouse in Lake Charles. That's where Brandon Francisco appeared in court this afternoon. Britt.
Yeah, guys, Ella Goody's family, of course, is happy that Brandon Francisco will be spending the rest of his life in a federal prison. But today, of course, was also really hard on Ella's family. 14 family members showed up. About half of them gave witness impact testimonies, and that included Ella's two kids, her teenage daughter and her teenage son, and her father. Brandon Francisco sat back in his chair, seemingly no emotion as he listened to them pour their hearts out. But whenever marshals escorted him out of the courtroom, he smiled.
Justice for Ella. We're happy that this young man got life.
While Ella Goody's mother could not be in court in person, Ella's father addressed Brandon Francisco in the courtroom. Andre Goody Sr. telling Francisco how much he took from him, his firstborn child.
My daughter. Could I have a piece of mine? Yes. Could I have a piece of mine? Yes.
Ella's brother told Francisco he ruined his life and said he hopes Francisco sees Ella every time he closes his eyes.
We got justice for her some type of way. We just waiting to find her body so we could put her to rest the right way. She got a son and a daughter. And she did not do Brandon in no type of way. She just was giving him a ride.
That's right.
Too bad they got evil people in the world.
Make it a living.
We help and we're gonna forever speak her name.
Make it a living for Ella.
Ella's son told Francisco he will never forgive him. Ella's daughter called Francisco pure evil. She questioned him on how he killed their mother, knowing she and her brother existed and were waiting for their mom back home. After court, Ella's daughter had a message for her community.
Everybody's be saying they don't be knowing nothing.
Stop sending unknown messages to family members because I feel like that's not right. We already going through enough as is. We don't need y'all bashing us or even just saying brutal things in the comments or anything. It's not right.
Ella's family standing in solidarity, still keeping the hope they can find her remains and give Ella a proper burial.
Thanks on the behalf of all the agents, everybody who's helping.
Yes.
To find, to do the searches, everything, just all the help they got from everybody. Thank y'all. From, and I'm truly blessed. At least we got some type of, a little bit of closure. A little bit,
I'm seeing this, y'all. I know it's small, but I'm seeing this. I know it's tiny, but I'm seeing it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I'm like, what happened to your screen today, boy? Threw me off. You had a great show lined up, but it's all good because it's Purple Sunday and things happen. Just like you guys got me. I see the fact that you holding me down. Y'all like, you know what? Tomorrow's another day. And we still got a whole lot more to get into, you guys. It ain't over. Thought you ain't like the beat. That's right. Video captures two guys powering into a Houston garage. Y'all got to be careful out there, man, because there's a lot of people out here that do not respect human life. No matter what the screen look like, it's the truth. You got to be careful out there. There's a lot of people that just care about money. They care about possessions. They care about whatever you have or just an attitude or something stupid happening on the internet. Also want to make sure that we pray for the person that lost her life in this tragic event because it did not have to happen this way. Also, all she was doing was giving somebody a ride. As you can see, her family is really going through it. And it hurt more than one person, hurt a lot of people. Like people said, like the children said, we were waiting for our mother to come home. All she was doing was giving someone a ride. Hopefully they can make it through this, and people try to be a little more respectful when it comes down to people when they're going through their mourning. That means not calling them and saying disrespectful things, no matter how you feel about it. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go ahead and double tap that screen. We got this video captures these two guys in Houston.
Caught on camera, two men opening fire into a Southeast Houston garage, killing one man and injuring another.
It happened last year, but the video was just released in hopes of identifying those suspects. This happened off Rolston Lane and Freehill. That's near the Beltway in Fuquay. Jason Miles live there now with new reaction from neighbors. Jason.
Hey there, yeah, multiple neighbors here vividly recall this shooting. In fact, one of them thought it was fireworks at the time. Tonight, they're hoping this newly released video from an old case helps lead to arrests. A neighbor's surveillance camera was rolling when two men wearing hoodies got out of a white Mercedes sedan before creeping up to an open garage. There's no audio in this video that was just released today, but both fire multiple shots into an open garage, killing one man and injuring another, both in their 20s. The suspects then run back to that car before getting away. Did this surprise you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is a pretty quiet neighborhood. We don't really get anything like this at all.
Roman de la Cruz's wife was home when the gunfire erupted a few doors down. This is a photo of the active scene back on April 23rd of last year, showing yellow tape across the street and multiple squad cars. A.J. Jamshed was also home with his family that evening. It's pretty bold for these guys to come up like that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, we never had this problem in this area. Never ever I heard anything big like this, the first time.
If you look closely, you can see one of the suspects had what appears to be a plastic bag wrapped around his weapon, presumably to catch any shell casings that might have become evidence.
I mean, just with the bag over the gun and everything, it's very it was thought through, like it wasn't just like a random thing happening.
Targeted or not, neighbors hope to never see this happen where they live again, and are hopeful someone who sees this video will say something if they know something. And the young man who died inside that garage behind me was later identified as Dalen Walker. If you're wondering why it took so long to release this video, in many cases, investigators exhaust internal leads first. Reporting from Southeast Houston, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
They probably couldn't really get no leads, and they had no other choice but to go ahead and let that out. That's what he's basically trying to say. They exhausted all of the internal leads that they had. Now they're like, you know what? The best thing that we can try to do is give it to the internet. Maybe somebody else can identify him. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys. It's Purple Sunday. Let's keep on moving forward. Screen ain't that bad. Y'all can see what's going on. Let's get on over to New York. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. Well, that was a good New York right there. Sounded kind of funky on it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got the Bronx here. We got another hit and run SUV. And this one was a bad one because he dragged the guy from the Bronx all the way to Yonkers. Sad situation right here, you guys. I don't even know how this went down, but we're gonna watch it together. This one.
A driver hits a pedestrian here in our borough, and police say he unknowingly dragged that man for several minutes all the way into Westchester County.
Jesus Christ.
Estefania Salinas has exclusive video of the moment the driver realized that something was wrong.
At 10:07 p.m., police received a 911 call for pedestrian struck by a red Honda CR-V at the intersection of West 262nd Street and Broadway in the Bronx. But moments later, officers were redirected to Yonkers, where the victim was under the car the entire time. How on earth did you not notice that you dragged someone? You can see the red Honda CR-V pulling into a driveway. But then it gets stuck. The driver seen rocking the car back and forth before stepping out. And realizing someone was underneath, police rushed to the scene.
It's getting a little dangerous.
The collision investigation squad say the victim had been laying in the roadway in the Bronx when he was struck.
What are you doing laying in the street? There's bars over here, so people probably be drinking and all that.
As police continue their investigation, we also heard from residents who say they're still processing what happened.
It makes you question what's going on in the driver's head. If they didn't notice or if they did and they didn't care. It's kind of scary.
Police say the victim is an unidentified male found unconscious and unresponsive. He was taken to Jacoby Hospital and is in critical condition. The investigation is still ongoing. In Riverdale, Estefania Salinas, News 12, The Bronx.
Ooh, boy, that's a bad one there. Dragged from the Bronx to Yonkers. Definitely want to pray for him. He's in critical condition. Lucky to still be alive. Oh, Lord. He was laying out in the street. Plus, there's so much snow on the ground. People probably think that they hit a snowbank or something because there's a lot of snow out there right now. You guys, please, let's be careful out there. I want to pray for him to make 100% recovery because that's not good for anybody to go through a tragic situation like that. It is 7 degrees outside right now. 7 degrees in New York. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Chicago. We got a CPD that issues an alert, which includes YouTube due to a string of recent commercial burglaries. This here is crazy. Glad I'm able to finally let you guys see this. I've been holding on to this too. I've been holding on to this one. I really wanted y'all to see this craziness.
Chicago police are investigating a string of burglaries at commercial businesses across the city's north side.
As WGN's Courtney Spinella reports, one of the break-ins was caught on surveillance cameras.
The latest of 10 burglaries.
I wouldn't call this a break-in. I would call this a breakout.
These police believe are connected happened over the weekend here at New York Food Mart in Delhi. You can see the extent of the damage left behind by the.
Y'all do your boy a favor and double tap that screen to get those likes up. I really would appreciate it in the form of currency. Do your boy a favor. I see we had about 500 people over there before, maybe 3 or something like that. Can we just make the numbers ends justify the means so that people know that we're over here? I really would appreciate it.
The suspects. An explosion of glass and debris as an ATM comes flying through the front of this convenience store. Suspects using a chain connected to a Jeep sources say is stolen to carry out the crime Saturday morning.
I opened the cameras. I saw the first guy inside the store. I was surprised, to be honest.
Owner Ibrahim Abu Dahir says he typically opens at 7, less than 15 minutes before this happened.
But this day was -5 degrees, so I planned to open a little bit late. And the alarm hit on my phone, so I was curious what's going on.
The suspects using a crowbar and sledgehammer to get inside. Once in there, going straight for the ATM as several suspects were outside preparing for their getaway. Video from in the store shows the moment they hit the gas. It took under 5 minutes to cause thousands in damage and losses.
And this is a big loss for a small business, you know.
Abu Dahir says
This is not the only time they've done this.
this is the second time he's been broken into since he opened the store in July 2025. He now keeps the register open at night to show anyone up to no good there's no money to steal.
Honestly, it was feeling so sad when you see your own business you've been working hard for.
The suspects allegedly hitting 10 businesses in 8 neighborhoods across the city between January 12th and January 24th. Detectives say 4 to 7 suspects were behind each of those, happening in the early morning hours, unlike the most recent one. They used sledgehammers or pry bars to get inside, taking money, cash registers, ATMs, or merchandise. At Rockwell and Fullerton in Logan Square, Bob Inn, one of the oldest family-owned bars in the city, among those victimized. The suspect smashing through a front window, stealing an ATM from inside.
Thank you so much for
anybody else have the same
Sunday, Brian.
The same situation, you know.
Abu Dahir says he is grateful no one was inside his store or others because it could have been even worse.
Thanks, God.
Yo, this is crazy. They going out like that for ATMs now. People, thank you so much, Brian, for the $2.22. Guess what? We appreciate everything. And yes, it is Purple Sunday, so dig, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in a kiss. And if you guys want to represent Purple Sunday, all you got to do is go on over to the website and go ahead and get your decal for our bottom line. And you can also now, just like someone else said, I think it's Miss Swanza, who said she received her keychain. That's right. Add that to your keychains right there, you guys. And it's very affordable. I think we got them up there for $3.99. That's how we normally send them, just like this. Hope you guys go ahead and pick yours up so you can represent Purple Sunday too. If you already have yours, let them know, you guys. Let them know. We make sure that we get those sent out as soon as those orders come in. And if you're already a member for more than 2 months, that's right. We're going to send you out a decal. 3 months, you get the keychain. But if you want to go ahead and buy it off the website, you don't want to wait, go to the website or hit the link right there for the merch. Let's go, guys. Okay. What the hell? Oh.
In the Uptown neighborhood, I'm Courtney Spinelli. List family-owned bars in the city. Among those victimized, PM from inside.
You just feel bad for anybody else have the same situation, you know?
Abdul Daher says he is grateful no one was inside his store or others because it could have been even worse.
Thanks God nobody got hurt. This is the most important thing.
Anyone with information that could help is asked to reach out to Area 1, 3, or 5 detectives or go online and submit an anonymous tip at cpdtip.com. In the Uptown neighborhood, I'm Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
What, nobody get no bread? At least in New York, we get 577 tips. They give you $1,000. What, y'all being cheap out in Chicago? Come on, man. Y'all got to break some people off if you're trying to get somebody to snitch. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen, you guys. We got to get on over to these witnesses as they described the crazy chaos that went on during the funeral. Erupted into pow firing and injured 6 people. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's double tap that screen, get those likes up. It ain't over. We got a lot to get into. This is crazy right here at a funeral.
Morning turned to mayhem.
Complete chaos.
Tonight, investigators are working to piece together what led to gunfire erupting during a funeral. The chaos led to hundreds of mourners running for their lives. Thanks so much for joining us for 5 on your side at 10. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Tonight, 6 people are recovering after gunshots rang out both inside and outside the Cotton Branch Mortuary on North Florissant Road. All new at 10. 5 on your side's Brent Sullivan has new information and new reaction from the funeral director.
It was supposed to be a private service, rescheduled from Saturday due to the snow. No one could have predicted it would end with gunshots. And more
Thank
than
you
30
so much for the
evidence
$10
markers
super
littering
chat.
the pavement.
Sheila,
Less than
thank
2
you. Happy
minutes before
Purple
the first
Sunday.
officer arrived on the scene. He immediately called out for an officer in Vegas. Complete chaos. We had hundreds.
Hey, Sheila, if you email me your address, I'll send you a keychain. Sheila, email your address to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. We'll put a keychain in the mail for you.
Individuals attending this funeral. Numerous individuals obviously running in different directions. One witness tells 5 on your side she felt the tension the moment she arrived. She says she saw wall-to-wall parking and a long line at the door because staff were searching every person who entered. Even with those precautions, the gunfire still found its way inside.
It was quite unexpected. You know, there's always in certain situations a possibility of those things happening, but it was somewhat unexpected today.
Funeral director Archbishop Michael West says staff were left shaken. Police say 6 people were hurt, 3 by gunfire, 2 by flying glass, and 1 hit by a car in the frantic rush to leave the lot. We were able to stop a couple people, persons of interest that was possibly involved with this. We also recovered a couple guns. For West, who has spent more than 60 years in funeral service, the lack of respect for the grieving process is what stings the most.
I have seen it in the past, but it has only been in these latter times. I lived through a period of time when the most unruly people respected death and the cultural way in which we handled it.
Police confirm they have multiple persons of interest now in custody. Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Chief Doyle noted that all injuries appear to be non-life threatening. He called the incident a tragedy for the community, stating that families should be allowed to grieve without being subjected to violence.
Now, what I hate about that is they be acting like everybody know where they live at. Like, we don't know where the hell that was at. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to do research the whole time. Like, where is that at? What state? What city? They be like, yeah, we're over here in Hucklebuck Jackson and Silver Hill. And you're like, okay, well, where the hell is that? Then they skipping around. Now we're on Cedar Road. Where at in Hucklebuck Jackson? I'm sorry, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Because now I can tell you we're going to Indianapolis, Indiana, where we got this teen that was accused of powing his barber. No. Tell you something that you'll never do. You always got to be careful when you're dealing with pow. Anytime. When you're buying one, when you're doing anything that has to do with a pow. Always understand that something bad can happen. Me, Not interested. I don't like people that handle them because I had a situation one time where somebody was like, hey, my pow is not working. Click, 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 click. And there was one in the chizzy. And I'm like, yo, homeboy, what are you doing? Like, what's the problem here? Yeah, so I don't mess around and play around. You can't even really come around me like that if you got that. I'm so sorry because things can happen. Case in point, we got these teens that was accused of powering his barber. He's supposed to be selling him a pow. Let's go ahead and keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen to get those likes up. I don't even believe in that. Oh, you want to sell me something? I don't know. I'm not. I'd rather go to the store and buy it. I'm sorry. Sorry, no.
In the courtroom today, a judge ordered a 16-year-old held without bond at the Marion County Adult Detention Center accused of shooting and killing his barber.
Rich Nye had his camera in the courtroom for Dominic Sherman's initial hearing and spoke afterwards to the victim's mother.
Dominic Sherman wore a green jail uniform into court Friday morning, signifying he is a juvenile. But Sherman will be tried as an adult.
What's your date of birth, please?
7/17/09.
And how old are you, sir?
16.
All right, sir, the state has charged you with count 1, murder, a felony.
Judge Cynthia Ochin read the charges against Sherman. He's accused of shooting and killing 35-year-old Stephen Coach. Sherman lived at the Cityview Apartments. Coach was a barber and traveled to his clients. He had cut Sherman's hair in the lounge on the top floor of the building. But court records say that on November 8th last year, Coach came here to trade a watch for a gun from Sherman. Just a block away at 39th in Pennsylvania, Sherman allegedly shot Coach, then ran back to Cityview and stole his car. The mother of Coach's 4 children, Coach's own mother, his sister, and a friend were all at the hearing on Friday. Coach's mother wants to protect her identity, but she did want to talk about her son.
All Stephen wanted to do is provide for his family, very giving. He would even cut hair for free just to build his clientele. He wasn't a bad person at all.
Sherman asked for and received a public defender. His trial is scheduled March 23rd.
You never pictured burying your child. This is very devastating for our family. And to happen from a minor, I have no words.
Coach's longtime partner held their 1-month-old baby outside the courtroom. A daughter Coach never got to meet. In Indianapolis, Rich Nye, 13 News.
Yeah, man, like I said, I'd rather have him.
Court records say that investigators have collected surveillance video from several sources of Sherman and Coach together in the area that night, including the moments right after the shooting.
Welcome to the next. Terrible situation right there. You don't buy no pow from no 16-year-old or nothing like that because it already probably got a body on it or probably dirty already like that. Why you think he's trying to sell it to you? Man, go ahead and go to a gun store and get that, or, get yourself old Pops. Go to Pops. Hey, Pops, got something? Don't mess with these youngins, man. I'm telling you, because they're going to try to do the double up. They're going to try to take you and keep the thing and whatever else you got on you. You know how they think. They're not trying to be clean and clear nowadays. They don't care. Double tap that screen. I want to pray for this barber, man, 35, 36 years old. Had a brand new daughter and a wife. Now look what they're doing. They're going through the suffering. Hopefully they can make it through this tragic situation and can get through this. But that was a bad one right there, you guys. And I got to pray for everybody involved as well as the family members. Amen. Got a little baby right there, brand new, that he didn't even have a chance to see. Didn't even have a chance to see alive. Indianapolis, y'all. That's crazy right there. Crazy. Let's get on over to New York again. And Brooklyn's in the house. That's right, you guys. New York. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. But if you're under the yellow, be careful, because we got cables snapping. Because like I said, you guys, it's 7 degrees outside. Yeah, 7 degrees. And if you park your car up under the train station, you might have a broken mirror right now.
Cole may be to blame for a frightening incident in Brooklyn. Subway cables came crashing down onto cars. John Diaz has more.
It's a terrifying moment caught on camera.
Thick cable suddenly snapping around 6 Friday morning, crashing down from an elevated subway track along the J line onto a Brooklyn street below.
It was kind of scary because
Lorraine Marin says it all happened soon after opening Brolic Gym, saying you could hear the sound from inside.
it sounds like a big boom, like dropping a bowling ball from there.
For a moment, others feared it could have been something even worse.
Well, at the beginning when it first happened, I was nervous. Perhaps he thought something was happening with the shape.
Crews were seen braving the bitter cold to secure the cables, but the impact stretched.
Again, it is 7 degrees outside right now. You got bolts and nuts that's falling apart. Like, look, we can't even hold on no more. It's cold outside. You know how you got the fob that you put to the door so it can let you in the building? It'd be like, ding! Fob ain't even working. The fob is like this. Ring, ring, ring. It turned green, go back red. Turn green, go back red. You be outside like this. Like, could you come on and open this damn door right now? It is frozen outside right now. I feel sorry for everybody who's out there right now. For all the animals, I'm feeling for you guys right now. We praying for y'all. Let's keep on going. Cables are
Across
snapping.
3 city blocks along Fulton Street. Transit officials say at least 6 vehicles were damaged. However, they believe the early morning timing may have prevented something far worse, reporting no injuries.
Nobody was injured, but I guess the city gonna have to do something about it.
Transit sources stress these were communication cables that fell, not live electrical wires. They believe the weather played a factor. It was 8 degrees when the cables snapped off. And while this did come as a shock to many New Yorkers, transit officials saying it did not interrupt any subway service.
Imagine how critical it will be without this wire, and the MTSC employees, they can quickly.
The MTA says this is a temporary fix. They will need to investigate more before coming up with a permanent solution.
Man, they tied some ropes up there. Like, look here, man, it's brick out here. We're going to tie some ropes up here, and we getting the hell out of here. It's 7 degrees. My union is not going to allow for me to be working out here in these conditions. Meanwhile, we're making about $37 an hour or something crazy like that. Y'all already know they're getting big bread for working the train station. There we go. Let's double tap that screen to get those lights up. We got to get on over to Philadelphia, you guys. PA, that's right. They're big on we have the meats. You know what I'm talking about, right? Not Arby's. Philly, PA. They have the meats. $80,000 worth of it. That's right. That's how much that was stolen from a truck. That's what they got, you guys. They got that meat, y'all. Hey, yo. My name is Lynn. And if I ain't got it, there ain't in there. Now, you might be hungry and think something is fake, but you can look on my jacket side right here if you want to purchase a steak. That's right, you guys. $80,000 worth of meat stolen. So you know that meat is in the streets right now.
All right, now to a string of meat thefts in Delaware County. Police say brazen thieves have stolen thousands of dollars worth of meat from the backs of big rigs. Happened 3 times since December, and authorities want to make an arrest before it happens again. Actions reporter Becca Hendrickson, live in Upper Darby tonight.
Got Luton Lenny out there stealing all the meat, y'all.
With the very latest. Becca.
Rick, over those 3 thefts, police believe at least $80,000 worth of meat have been stolen. They put out surveillance video, hoping to find these suspects, like you said, before it happens again. Police have this surveillance of the crime. You see 5 cars pull up behind this tractor trailer parked overnight. Several people get out, open the back door, and begin unloading boxes of meat into their trunks. The whole heist takes only a few minutes. $30,000 worth of meat gone.
Now that's wholesale. You're going to double that for the retail end of it.
Upper Darby police say there have been 3 thefts, all believed to be related. The stolen goods total $80,000 wholesale. This one, caught on video, was January 5th at 2:30 a.m. in front of Philly's Best Steak Company on the 600 block of Industrial Park Drive.
We have the meats. Yo, what's good, y'all? Got them steaks? What's up? What y'all want, some prime rib? Y'all know we got it. Y'all better hurry up while we got it. Got it good prices out here, y'all. Y'all already know the hood is like this right now. Hey, Ma, you want to cook up some steak? Yeah, the hood is eating good right now, boy.
That's where the two other crimes happened too. All three trucks had been parked there overnight.
The best Philly
Somebody
steaks is
said they having a meet and
they
greet.
pull up late in the evening, knowing that they're closed for business and won't open till the morning.
Each time, the drivers who had been asleep in their cabs woke up and found their trucks had been broken into.
It's very simple for these thieves that are getting into these trucks. It's literally take a pair of scissors to cut this tag that's on the back of the truck.
Police are hoping surveillance like this will help.
If anybody has anything or seen anything suspicious, to call us and let us know so we can look into that.
Nah. I almost believed it until I heard that they said the drivers were asleep. Y'all sure this ain't something like the LaFonza heist? Hey, look, man, we're gonna give you a couple of $100. You're gonna act like you were asleep. We're gonna hit you a couple of times. And come on, man, you was not asleep in the back when them people broke up in there and stole all that meat. We have the meats. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. So, cause somebody over here, they said that they could face that penalty if guilty pleads. Yep, we got this nail salon pow-powing. I don't think that this guy was thinking the right way, but I guess he's trying to throw himself on the mercy of the court right now. Because we got a situation where this guy is rather, instead of going before a jury in Antoine Reagan, he could face the D penalty in this situation for this salon pow-powing going on over here. I want you guys to see what's going on in South Florida courtroom. And it seemed like he is Dill's damned if he do and Dill's damned if he don't. Let's go.
Back new at noon, a convicted killer is back in court.
He took a plea deal today in connection
Somebody
with
eating
the
good in the
killing of a
hood.
10-year-old boy at a nail salon back in 2013. Local 10's Leanne Motor Hall live in Miami with these details. Leanne.
Antoine Reagan.
Yes, I said LaFonza. I watched Goodfellas. LaFonza, the heist. Yeah, we did it. looking like that with the meat. Yeah, we got all those roast beef steaks.
His guilty plea spares the victims and their families the strife of having to sit through a trial. But this was a death penalty case, which means that there is still a penalty phase trial to get through.
So what I'm trying to say right here is you got to be careful when you plead guilty and the sentence could be. You got to be careful when you do that because now you throw yourself on the mercy of the court.
Besides Reagan pleading guilty to the charges against him, he also waived his right to have a jury decide his sentence, and that will ultimately be decided by a judge alone.
How do you plead to all counts in the indictment in F-13 27758?
Yes. Antoine Reagan pleading guilty Thursday morning to charges that could land him on death row.
It was after discussion with myself and Mr. Goodman, we considered the evidence in this case that we've encountered during this previous trial. We decided that, given all the facts and circumstances, it was in his better interest to wait jury and let the judge make the decision.
The 31-year-old told a judge he was guilty of all 14 charges in his indictment, to include armed robbery, aggravated assault, attempted murder, and murder. This
Now watch what he did.
Violent incident at a North Miami nail salon in 2013 took the life of 10-year-old Aaron Vu. Reagan and another man stormed in and demanded money from staff and customers at gunpoint. Reagan then fired off rounds into the salon, fatally wounding the young boy and injuring his father.
Mr. Reagan and his co-conspirator, co-defendant, fled the scene and they were arrested a few days later.
The murder was part of a month-long crime spree committed by Reagan, including 2 holdups at a Royal Castle and a dry cleaner, and the murder of a man at a Motel 7, for which Reagan was found guilty last year. The judge made sure Reagan understood what was at stake and accepted his guilty plea.
I will accept your plea. I find that you are alert, you're intelligent, you understand the nature and the consequences of this plea.
That was old-blooded. That was cold-blooded. The last one that you guys see, that was right on the terrace, on like the landing, right in somebody's face on video. They ain't necessarily gonna think that he gonna get life in prison. They might go ahead and sizzle-sazzle him. He might get the bzzz, yeah.
Reagan was sentenced to life in prison as a result of the conviction last year on that motel shooting. As far as this nail salon case, we do know again that besides pleading guilty to the 14 charges against him, he also waived his right to have the jury listen to those aggravating and mitigating factors during his penalty phase trial. So ultimately, the only person who will be hearing and considering those factors will be the judge, and she will decide whether to impose another life sentence or to send Antoine Reagan to death row. Reporting in Miami, Leanne Morejon, Local 10 News.
So as you already heard, he's already serving a life sentence. So I'm saying, what can you put on top of that? The maraschino cherry is, or yeah, he gonna have to go. Probably it for him. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys. We got a violent parking dispute over the snowstorm. You know, there's a lot of people out there shoveling. They want to shovel out their spot. Next thing you know, somebody come and take the spot that you shoveled out. Just because you shoveled it out, I'm sorry to say, you guys, it doesn't mean it's your spot. You might live in the city, you might be peed off. You might leave something there, like somebody better not take my spot. I did all that shoveling. All right, you guys, let me say this real quick. There's a lot of snow out there, but I do not want you guys to go crazy about it, because people, they're going for spots even worse like they were before, because it's very rare right now. You got people parking sideways right now because of the snow. This case I'm gonna tell you guys about is a violent parking dispute over the snowstorm. Just for shoveling, a suspect has been arrested after a tense standoff, and all this is over shoveling snow. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those lights up. Let's go.
The details here at 10:30 now on the investigation into a violent attack in Newcastle County, Delaware. Police say this all started as a disagreement over snow in a parking spot.
Good morning, everybody.
Action News reporter Elizabeth Worthington now joins us live from Minquadale with the full story, and it's a bit disturbing here.
Yeah, it really is, Shari. This was a violent attack. Police say in Newcastle County that the suspect forced his way into the neighbor's home, assaulted him and another neighbor to the point where one of the victims actually lost consciousness. And then police say when they tried to arrest the suspect, he broke into an adjoining townhome where he hid out for hours. A neighbor recorded this video as SWAT officers led 33-year-old Ross Lloyd out of his home in the Concord Trace Townhouses community in Bear after an 8-hour standoff.
They had SWAT here and everything here last night.
Neighbors, some of whom had to evacuate their homes during the barricade on Thursday, were stunned to learn all of this stemmed from a shoveling dispute.
I'm like, that's it? Like, all this for this?
A doorbell camera captured audio of the fight on Wednesday between a man and a woman who police say is the suspect Ross Lloyd's mother-in-law. It's hard to make out what they're saying, but you can tell it's a heated argument. Newcastle County police say the male resident allows the woman to use his assigned parking spot, and she said that he was shoveling snow into that spot.
He believed that the dispute was over. Later in the morning, he found that evidently it wasn't.
Police say Lloyd forced his way into the man's home and assaulted him and another neighbor who was there and threatened them with a gun on Wednesday. Officers responded to the scene but could not locate Lloyd. They returned Thursday with a warrant and entered into a standoff. They eventually discovered Lloyd had breached the townhome next door through the attic drywall. Police say they see disputes over shoveling and parking every so often,
But not to this level of assault to where a victim is knocked unconscious and the threat of a firearm occurs.
The weather and plus the snow, it just got everybody frustrated, you know, 'cause I can't get to work and stuff.
I feel like if it takes that much anger to you want to punch somebody and fight somebody, maybe you shouldn't be outside. Maybe you need to hire somebody. I honestly don't think it was that deep and it needed to be that escalated.
Now, Lloyd is not only facing charges for that initial assault, but also now resisting arrest and criminal mischief for the standoff the next day. We're live in Minquadale. Elizabeth Worthington for Action News at 10 on PHL 17.
That's called when keeping it real goes wrong. That's called doing too much, man. When the police come and you know they're involved, man, go ahead and get out there. Matter of fact, before that, try to get calm, you guys. That's why I try to tell you guys, try to calm down, because you never know what could come out of that. What if the other person had a pow-pow? Luckily, nobody got hurt. Let's get on over to Washington. We got this landmark social media trial that was underway. Let me ask you guys a question. You're watching me right now, but do you feel that you're addicted to social media sometimes? You just can't stop scrolling. You're like, I'm gonna put my phone down, but have you felt that way sometimes where you're like, I need to get off this phone and I need to go do what I need to do? Tell the truth. Tell the truth, because I do it too. Well, guess what? There's a lawsuit going on right now. And guess what? You guys need to put your phone down sometimes. Let me ask you guys a question. What do you think about a lawsuit that's saying that they're saying that too much time is being dedicated to social networks and there's an addiction, a social media addiction that's going on now? Let's check this out, you guys, real quick. Let me show you what's going on here.
A landmark trial over alleged social media addiction is underway in Los Angeles. Jury selection began Tuesday. Plaintiffs claim big tech designed social media platforms to be addictive, causing anxiety and depression in their users. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg may testify in a couple of weeks. Meta and Google both deny wrongdoing. A statement from Meta reads, "We strongly disagree with these allegations and are confident the evidence will show our long-standing commitment to supporting young people."
Somebody said, I'm not addicted. I put my phone down to eat.
While one from Google says the allegations in these complaints are simply not true. Let's bring in former felony prosecutor and trial attorney Andrea Lewis. Andrea, it seems like the plaintiffs have a tough row to hoe here. They're going to have to prove that these social media platforms deliberately went out and designed addictive
I don't think it's going to be hard to prove once you start dropping it.
Software, right?
That is true, but here's the thing. We've already sort of seen a window into some of the evidence that they have, and it is extremely damning. First of all, the science behind the addiction and the dopamine hits that kids and frankly even adults get when they are constantly being inundated with these social media platforms. That science is very solid, and there's going to be a lot of experts that are going to testify in these cases. Further, what we've heard is that there are a lot of internal emails that have been sort of previewed that we've heard a little bit about in the case. And those emails, some of them contain messages to and from insiders in these corporations who have acknowledged that these platforms are in fact addictive.
The lead attorney for the plaintiffs here talked about some of what they believe is the evidence that they're going to bring forward in this case. Listen.
We think that it's very important that the jury hear the evidence, that the company made a determination not to put as much money and effort into protecting children as they should. And some of the biggest problems came from this connecting people you may know app, where they plug in people you may know, and that was responsible for over 80% of the minors being connected to people that they shouldn't have been.
Wow. I think that's what terrifies a lot of parents is that their minors, you know, they get these smartphones, they have access to just about anything in the world, and there's some pretty bad stuff out there.
You're absolutely right. Pretty bad stuff and pretty bad people. And I think that's really every parent's fear. And in the day and age and technology that we're living in, schools are using devices. Some are requiring devices. So as much as we would like to crack down and try to put screen time and restrictions and things on our children, there's only so much that we can do. And these tech companies must be regulated. They have got to be held accountable, or this will continue to happen.
I was surprised to read the results of a Pew Research poll, which asked teenagers whether social media was harmful or helpful. Just 4 years ago, 2022, 32% said it was harmful. Now, in 2024, 2 years later, that number is up to 48%. And look at the neutral number, 41% in 2024. It was, and only, 11% say it's helpful in 2024. Back in 2022, that was 24%. I mean, even teenagers seem to have turned around their views on social media.
Yeah, because of all of the stuff you get bombarded with, and then of course, like I'm glad that they do. I'm glad that they're paying attention. To be honest with you, I am very glad that the teens are paying attention because we definitely need to pay attention too. Let me ask you a question, you guys. Have you ever been at work and you got angry and you just went on a rant? You might have been by yourself in the garage somewhere. You're screaming because you stubbed your toe or whatever. You peed off. I mean, that doesn't mean that you need to be recorded or someone needs to take your rant as a law. I mean, you're working. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to do it like Vito did. I'm going to not look at my watch yet. Give myself another little bit of time because the next time I look at my watch, it's going to be 11 o'clock. And then you look, oh my God, it's only 9:30. Oh, F, or whatever the case may be. You may get angry because of whatever the case may be, right? We got a situation right here with an Amazon driver who went viral and sparks a debate about deliveries and the expectation. This Amazon driver is pretty peed off about how much work he has to do, but they caught him on video. And now they're starting to use the video as sort of information here. Check this out.
Million multi-stops because these people out here in Dearborn Heights, they can't go anywhere and get their own. And now I'm sitting out here delivering a million packages to them, a million one houses.
Boy, we've been talking about this one for sure. It is.
Said people in Dearborn Heights, they can't go to the mall and buy their stuff. They got to get everything delivered. So he got millions of packages to deliver. He pretty peed off. Sounds like something that you'd be doing at work if you got a lot of responsibility.
There's a rant going viral tonight.
It was a long day for him. An angry Amazon driver delivering packages in Redford when he was part of an outburst caught on camera. He was the outburst.
It has been the talk of the town. So we sent 7 News Detroit reporter Christiana Ford out there to see what these neighbors have to say about it. And we also turned to Amazon to get their take on this. Those packages being delivered to a home here in Redford. What that driver may not have known was that him airing out his frustrations was all caught on camera. Everybody makes mistakes.
I'm sitting out here delivering a million packages to them, a million.
And everybody certainly has those days.
Nobody out here know how to go to Walmart or go to a Target or anything like that. These bro.
But what happens when that expletive-filled rant is caught on camera and shared with the world?
It was like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Really?
Video shared by a Redford homeowner captured on her Nest security camera showing an Amazon delivery driver airing out his frustrations while dropping off packages.
I mean, if he doesn't want the job, he shouldn't keep the job if he's going to be complaining about it.
Kind of unprofessional, but I can understand his frustration.
No, I don't want to hear that crap. I did the same thing before. God, I had to go shovel out a whole basement. I'm walking around trying to find people. Yo, you want to make $50? Yo, you want to make $50? God damn, I got to shovel out this whole motherfucker. I don't even do this shit no more. Next thing you know, couldn't find anybody, had to do it myself. Does that mean you're going to beat up on me for flipping about having to do the work? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes we do our best work when we peed off. Makes us get a little more energy. Leave the man alone. He had a lot of work to do.
It's cold and people don't want to go out.
If you sign up for Amazon, you got to deliver packages. Don't tell you that you ain't got to deliver when it's a certain type of weather. It's tell you that's your job.
The homeowner wanted to remain anonymous, but she tells me she's pretty annoyed. She's a single mom. She works 3 jobs and goes to school, and she says she pays for the convenience.
I feel like he should be more appreciative of people like me. I'm a felon. I can't get no job.
Amazon tells us in a statement they are actively looking into this and
No, you did not say people like you're a felon and you can't get no job. What?
she pays for the convenience.
I feel like he should be more appreciative of people like me. I'm a felon. I can't get no job.
Amazon tells us in a statement they are actively looking into this and will, quote, take appropriate action following our review. Based on the actions depicted in the video, this behavior does not reflect the standards we hold for drivers delivering to Amazon customers, end quote.
I love to be Amazon worker, to be honest with you. Tell them they can fire him or hire me. How about that?
In the meantime, this video has been viewed by tens of thousands online and counting. In Redford, Christiana Ford, 7 News Detroit.
Meanwhile, the swing is he got arrested for stealing packages. Maybe that's why you can't get a job working for Amazon. Sticky fingers. I got struck by the lightning and the thunder. What you get arrested for? Yeah, that's probably why you can't get no Amazon job. But if you go work for one of them other companies as an independent contractor, you might be able to get work. Go ahead and get yourself a van or whatever like that if you're really trying to work. And guess what, you guys? Sometimes we do things for our family because it's just what we want to do. And just to see them smile, just to see them light up, we do that. Sometimes we do it. So we're going to get on over to Seattle right now. We got a fan that repays his dad, who sacrifices for championship tickets in a viral video. Don't you wish you can do something like this for someone that you love? Check this out, you guys, because when he starts to get all broken up, it just makes you want to cry yourself. This is a dad who's been a hard worker, put his sons and family through school, really worked hard to get them where they need to be. And right now, his son is going to give him something that he can't even believe he's about to get. Championship tickets. He thought he was just going to hang out in the tailgate party. Check this out, you guys. Check this out.
Oh, how great is it? I love it so much. Yeah, you've probably seen it. This heartwarming surprise that's gone viral. You've seen it on social media. Hawks fan surprising his dad with NFC Championship tickets. Thanks for staying with us at 5:30. I'm Monique McLaughlin.
I'm Mel Thomas. KIRO 7's Jake Chapman caught up with that fan on what led up to that big old surprise and why he argues you cannot put a price on a memory.
Sir Irving Garcia. Hard work is embodied by his father.
Picked fruits, picked vegetables, done all that.
Sacrifices made so Irvin could follow his dreams as he's currently attending medical school. And through all that, he says his father has always put family first.
But I feel like it came at a huge sacrifice that was, his own childhood, his own living.
But that wear and tear sadly catching up with him a few months ago.
For as long as I was in Washington, I never saw them see a doctor.
His dad suffered a stroke. He couldn't walk, and the left side of his body was extremely weak. But none of that stopped his dad's work ethic, as he helped his dad on his road to recovery. Irvin got an idea that at first seemed a little crazy. Treat his hawk-loving dad to something he'd never forget.
I debated it for every day. I was checking ticket prices.
So this past Sunday, Irvin and his family went into downtown Seattle by the stadiums just to be a part of the crowd at the NFC Championship game. It was right when the Garcias walked by this part of Lumen Field when Irvin just pulled out a cell phone and started recording his dad. Well, it didn't take his dad that long to realize that his son had pulled off the best surprise any fan could ask for. The video Irvin posted of his dad's reaction getting to go to the game has gone viral with millions of views. He's even gotten messages from total strangers wishing they did the same thing before their loved ones passed.
I don't know. There's just a bond that we build with our friends or families, and now I feel like I'm in a position where I want to give back to them.
We've all wanted to show our parents how much their sacrifices mean to us, but we've always wondered how. Take it from Irvin. No matter the gesture, there are so many ways to tell your loved ones, thank you.
These are experiences that just will live, in my memory for as long as I'm around.
In Seattle, Jake Chapman, KIRO 7 News.
Yeah, I would have loved to
Were you admitted to any New York?
To been able to do that for my dad, take him to a concert, somebody he loved to see, one of his favorite musicians. You guys know what I'm talking about. He's lucky and blessed. He still has the chance to do that. And he was there to fight through with his parents, with his parent. Another thing that I made sure that I did before my mom passed, and I always honored her, I always respected her, and we were always tight like that. So she knew when she went out, her son loved her. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. We got to get on over to Providence, Rhode Island. We got a man that finds a large Tego lizard while shoveling snow. Covered the driveway, saves the lizard life by bringing it in and warming it up. Really cool story right here, you guys. Check this out.
19 and quite a talker, a lizard in a blizzard. A Providence man makes this unbelievable discovery while just shoveling in a storm.
Can you imagine that? And now he's being hailed a hero for possibly saving the reptile's life. The night team's Leanna Falk has a story.
A lizard in the middle of the street, in the middle of a blizzard.
A true double take
What is it, a lizard in a blizzard?
moment.
So I'm like, this can't be happening. This is not true.
Buried under nearly 2 feet of snow on a busy Providence street, a black and white tegu barely moving and running out of time.
So I said to myself, you have to hurry up and get down there and rescue this thing because it's not going to survive.
Francis Hardy rushed the reptile inside, warming her any way he could. T-shirts, heating pads, even a hairdryer before calling for expert help.
It needs to be with the professionals, people who really know what's going on.
Those professionals work here at ET Reptiles. They found the adult female tegu weak with an apparent respiratory infection and suffering frostbite to her tongue and toes.
A little bit of muscle damage on the tips of the fingers or claws, and it had frostbite on its tongue.
She lost a few toes and vets started her on intensive care, slowly warming up from an 85-degree tank toward her goal heat of 115.
Everybody said to me, listen, just the fact that you had enough sympathy for a creature to get out there and grab it, you did enough.
The tegu, now named Frankie, remains under close watch as the next week proves critical.
It may seem insignificant as a lizard or what have you, it's still a life.
It's completely legal and common for people to own tegus, but the team is still trying to figure out who Frankie belongs to and how she ended up in the snow. For the NBC 10 News Night Team, I'm Leanna Falk.
She probably just got out. She probably was in the house and she probably got out some kind of way and somebody lost their tegu. Give them people their tegu back, y'all. Put out an APB. We got your tegu. And if you guys are trying to make some money, hit that link in the description and you will make up to, whoa, there's about $840 in the link in the description, you guys. $850 to be exact. You guys will make some money if you fill out a survey. I'll make some money as well. Go ahead and fill out a survey. Let's see if we can cha-ching make some money. Also, I told you, Jeffrey Epstein files, all of them. Everything that's been released, all 3 million files are in there. Hit the link in the description, copy, paste the link, put it in the heading, and you guys will be able to go right over to see anything that you guys want to see about that Jay-Z file that we just read, all the other files. I found some really interesting stuff last night. Almost fell asleep looking at this stuff. I'm talking about there's a lot to look over. You guys may be pretty pleased and satisfied with the amount of content that you're going to be getting if you hit that link in the description, if you're interested in checking out the Jeffrey Epstein files. Also, you guys, you got a business, you're trying to promote it, get it out there. We have almost 70,000 subscribers, and we're going to keep on moving forward no matter what. We're going to keep on chugging along. What we want you guys to do, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, hit that subscription bell, become a member, and make sure that you hit that notification bell down there and it lets you know when we're on. And when you're trying to promote, you got a business you're trying to get out there, we need you to send over your promos to us. We're going to put them over in the post notification area. The only catch is they have to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame because that's what YouTube requires. Has to be 1080 by 1080. That's what YouTube requires. You guys also, you know where we're going with this. We already got locations in the Bronx, Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens for the Show Your Talent search that's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. That's the talent search that we're doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, and with my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew, your boy BOOGOTTINYC. I am the host of said talent show. You guys, you want to go live and show me your talent? All you got to do is press that button and you could have went live today, and that's what the other side of that split screen is about, I'm guessing. Press the wrong button, you guys, and that's why we got the small screen today. After today, we won't have that problem anymore. Thank you for staying and sticking it through with me. But yes, if you want to be a part of the talent show, all you got to do is go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Put your email address in the notification area for updates to know where we're going to be at. Also, like I said, 5 boroughs. We're going to have 5 winners. Out of that, we're going to have 1 winner from online. After you guys all come together, it's going to be a chance for one person to make $1,000, you guys. That's right. It's Purple Sunday, you guys. Y'all know where we're going with this, right? You guys definitely know where we're going. Also, we got to make sure that we get those prayers up for the rest of the end of the day and make sure that we get those prayers out there for Purple Sunday. Who we got up in the building that we sending those prayers out to? Because we got to get ready for tomorrow, which is what? Monday, and they got to pick up the phone. That's right, you guys. I'll have this screen fixed tomorrow. We won't have this problem ever again. Just want to thank you guys for sticking through with your boy Bugatti NYC. We continuously have a family here. We keep on having a great communication in the chat, and I love the way that you guys are building up the community. Love the way it's going down. So who we praying for this morning? For great health, for security. We want to pray for good spirits, and we want to pray for our family as well as our animals. Liberty and justice, that's right. Iggy, very active today. Brian, very active as well. I already see Jay up in here. Rebecca Lanyon Bueno, Patrick. Got to get those prayers up for Batty Lynn. Also, Frank. I see Eric. I see Coach. I see Patrick. Prayers for liberty and justice. Cheerio. Terry. Tim. Also, Brian. Tiffany. Audrey. Dustin. Purple. That's right. Purple Dinosaur. That's right, Fred. Okay, Cash. Cedar June. Megan. Casey. Rebecca Lanyon. Bueno. Liberty and justice. Miss Swanza. Whoa, we got a lot of people up in here today. Thank you guys for coming out. Want to try to get as many people up in this prayer as possible. Christian, Audrey, Terry, Jeffrey, Miss Swanza, Rebecca Lanyon, Bueno, Coach, Stuff, Brian, Cheerio, Terry, and we got everybody right there. Thank you guys for coming to the show today. Tomorrow we will be here again. Amen. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me on the tiny screen and you're still stuck through, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, Monday, how we do it, same time, 6 o'clock in the morning. See you guys then. Could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em. Peace.